That's a man.
Peyton Manning stepping out.
It's the Zion Show.
Pass is caught by Joe.
Let's start with Vanderbilt. How do they snap this long losing streak?
Well, Vanderbilt needs to make a casein. State your casein, and that casein is Casein Jackson Garrison, the Vandy running back. When he gets a chance to run, he runs very well, Bill. And at the end of the game, if he has 20-plus carries, Vandy will be in great shape. And for Tennessee, it's make a stand. Tennessee has stayed in games with a dominating defense. They don't want to get into a shootout with Vandy. Pressure the quarterback and line of scrimmage.
As usual, full house expected here in Knoxville. It seats about 104,000 here at Neyland Stadium, but about 107,000 watching Phil Fulmer's team. And it has been a very disappointing season for the Volunteers. Philip Fulmer's team, BCS aspirations, ranked third in the polls when the season was just getting underway, but it has not worked out that way. Troubling offense all season long. Very good defense, and they're going to be having their hands full today with the Tennessee defense against Vanderbilt. Wilhoit will kick off. Bennett and Garrison back deep for Vanderbilt. Here we go. Bennett fighting his way to about the 15-yard line, and Vanderbilt will take over there, first down and 10. Jen Hildreth joins us on the sidelines today. Jen?
Well, Bill, you mentioned it. Boy, how things can change over the course of a season. Vanderbilt jumped out to that 4-0 start. Tennessee, preseason number 3 in the country. A lot of people thought this team would be playing for a national title. You know, I talked to Tennessee senior Jason Mitchell, and he said it is hard not to think about what could have been, what should have been. But we've just got to focus on ourselves right now. Phil Fulmer said his guys have to bring some emotional intensity into this game today because, hey, guys, they're still trying to get into a bowl.
First play is the shotgun and a throw and a catch upfield for Vanderbilt. And a gain up to about the 24-yard line. George Smith on the receiving end, so Cutler going right to work. And let's take a look at the Chevy starting lineups. And we'll take a look at Casein Jackson Garrison, who grew up here in Knoxville. And he's got the workload today with Jeff Jennings out of the lineup with an injury. There's that offensive line, and they've had their work cut out for them. Very depleted by center Trey Holloway. And we got a whistle on the play, another quick out pass. It's dropped. We have a flag.
Yeah, and usually when you see that flag, Bill, you know that someone's not enough men on the line of scrimmage. Usually an offensive penalty.
Prior to the snap, false start, 62 in the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Brian King, the culprit that time. Matt Austin is our referee this afternoon. And there you can see what Cutler has accomplished this season. I already talked about the last 3 games.
I want to tell you, in my tenure in the NFL and in college and doing ball games, I've seen very few quarterbacks with the talent that Jay Cutler has.
Spotted back at the 20. They continue. There's a little blitz and a pass, and it's dropped up at the 25-yard line. Good lick on the wide receiver, Brian Anderson. And now let's continue our starting lineups and take a look at the Tennessee defense. Big boys up front, including Paris Harrelson, 19.5 career sacks. He's from Florida, Mississippi. There's your linebackers, and they're all good ones, including Kevin Simon. They didn't even think he was going to play last week because of an injury, but he is out there again today. And there's the secondary, including Antoine Stewart, who missed all of last season with a knee injury.
Well, big down here for Tennessee. They'd love to hold him here, get a turnover. Interesting, Cutler comes right out, doesn't even try the running game. We're passing every play.
And this should be a pass here from the 19-yard line. And another dump off, and it's dropped. Marlon White had his hands on it, but it was pretty good coverage in the secondary by Tennessee. So it'll be 3 plays, a penalty, and out for Vanderbilt, and the punting unit will come on. Now, Dave, one thing about special teams on both sides, they haven't been very good this year.
Oh, gosh. Special teams killed Vanderbilt last week. Against Kentucky, they got behind so quickly with bad field position, short drives that Kentucky had to do. And then, of course, they came back late to make it a game. Vandy did.
Hanfeld punts. High floater. Hefty with it for Tennessee. And good pursuit by Vanderbilt, and he's not going to go anywhere, maybe even drop the yard. And we have a very late flag on the play, thrown up at the 45-yard line. So we'll hold it right here and see what the penalty is for. And usually you've got some kind of hold or maybe a block in the back.
Yeah, that block in the back. I'll never forget, our coach used to say, John Madden used to say, if you can read their names, don't block them. Of course, in the NFL, their names are on the back of the jerseys. Don't block them if you can read their name.
That was a 47-yard punt, by the way. Let's hope we're not hearing from our referee all that much today.
Holding, 24 of the receiving team. That's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down. Timeout.
All right, so Tennessee will get a crack on offense when we return. Scoreless in the first quarter. And there's the starting quarterback for Tennessee, Rick Clausen. His 5th start of this season. He and Eric Ainge have been in and out of that starting lineup. Clausen came off the bench last week in the rally over Memphis. First down and 10, Tennessee from their 24-yard line. And deep down the middle of the field and overthrown. He was trying to go after Jason Swain. And let's continue our Chevy starting lineups and take a look at the Volunteers from Tennessee. Here's some of their backs and receivers, including C.J. Phaeton, second on the team in receptions, and has already earned his degree in sport management. Offensive line, Cody Douglas has been a mainstay there. Next to him at center, you see Ligon there. They've had 4 different starting centers for Tennessee this season. Second and 10, and we see the shotgun formation. And here comes Foster trying to sweep the right side. Good defense by Vanderbilt, and they stuff him for a loss back at the 21-yard line. And he was certainly that here. Now here's a third down and long, Tennessee. Shotgun, Clausen, pretty good protection. Here's the dump off, and it's Foster, and he can't hold on.
Yeah, that was an interesting pass. I think he looked back into the sun that time. The ball looked like the sun was right in his eyes because it caught him off guard. Left to your screen, you're going to see him. When he looks back, you see the way the shadows are long? He looks back into that sun. Never had a chance for that ball. And boy, is this interesting to me. We thought that Vandy would come out and try to establish the run. Then I thought Tennessee would come out and establish the run. Heck, I give up. I'm not going to guess. Outguess the coaches.
Well, that's why we're up here and they're down there.
Yeah.
Colquitt will punt for Tennessee with Bennett back deep for Vanderbilt. Nice high kick. Gets a hit at the 31-yard line and goes out of bounds right there. So each team does absolutely nothing with the football on their opening possession. That was a 48-yard punt and obviously no return. The Southern Sports Award is just a few weeks away. It's a chance for the fans to vote for their favorites. All you have to do is go to southernsportsaward.com. The show runs on Thursday, December 8th on Fox Sports South, Fox Sports Southwest, Sun Sports, and Comcast Sports. Tim Brando, John Sally, James Carville are the hosts. Also scheduled to appear Dean Smith, Richard Petty, Bobby Bowden, Burt Reynolds, Steve Spurrier. The list goes on and on. Should be a fun time. Plan on being in the first ever Southern Sports Award.
Can't imagine Jim Carville and Tim Brando in the same stage.
Cutler has his pass knocked down at the line of scrimmage. So a rough start for the senior from Santa Claus, Indiana. And these big guys up front for Tennessee are going to be a factor all game.
Yes, when you get a push, if you're a defensive lineman, what you do is immediately get your hands up when he pushes. When he starts to throw that ball, it's a little diagonal in. See the lineman, get those hands up. That's 92, Justin Harrell. Good job. Now, I'll tell you this about Jay Cutler. I've watched him for several years. You will not rattle him by getting off to a bad start.
This first running play of the game, and it's Jackson Garrison with a nice hole right up the middle. He's up to the 36-yard line. And he is going to get the bulk of the load today because Jeff Jennings tore the ACL and MCL in a loss to Kentucky last week.
Boy, that's just a great young man right there, Jackson Garrison. Look at that average, 6.1. What they want to do is get him 15, 20 carries, see if he can keep that 6-yard average. Prove that he's that good or prove that he's not.
Third down coming up, 5 yards to go. Vandy at their own 36-yard line. Volunteers look like they're sneaking up. No, only a 4-man rush. Little dump off, and here comes Jackson Garrison. Turns the corners, got room to run. He's to the 50, down the sideline, and into Tennessee territory, and they'll finally spot him at the 29-yard line.
And Bill, when you make the corner like he just did, like Jackson Garrison did, what you got to compliment is those linemen. Look at him blocking downfield. See 10 right there? That's Earl Bennett. He's just a freshman. That allows him to get around the corner. That's what we used to call cutting down the timber. I could have run that one.
35 yards. Wouldn't have looked as good, though.
No, not as fast either.
So now at the Tennessee 29-yard line, no score first quarter here in Knoxville. Cutler feeling some heat now. He throws over the middle. Look out, it's up for grabs, and it's incomplete. George Smith, the intended receiver, and that sailed a little high. It might have been fortunate that it sailed high. That could have been picked off.
I think he was very fortunate in that play. He just has such confidence in his talent, Jay Cutler. Wonderful kid. And he's got such talent that he runs out there. He's always looking downfield. He's a tough kid, and he just thinks he can throw it anywhere. You see him checking on that wristband right there? They say that takes the pressure off of him, allows him just to not have to make those decisions right off. It's easy to signal that in.
2nd down and 10, Vanderbilt. From the Tennessee 29, little quarterback draw, and he can run. And Cutler trying to turn the corner, breaks one tackle, and then he'll cruise out of bounds at the 24-yard line. And Cutler can run the football. 224 yards rushing coming into this game this afternoon.
Yeah, this is quarterback draw all the way. Look at this. See how quickly he brings the ball down now. He reads a couple blocks there. He probably got about 5 or 6 extra yards by doing that little dip in. He's a tough kid. We've seen him run the option many, many times. He's a threat to pull that ball down. Now, if you're Vandy, don't give the ball up here without at least a field goal try. You got to pick up 4 yards. Big series right here.
3rd down, 24-yard line is the spot. They have to get to the 19 to keep the drive going. It's coming, another dump off. Garrison, 20, 1st down, 15, and finally dragged down at the 13-yard line. Nice play again to Jackson Garrison. And just a little dump off, and that run after the catch is huge.
This may be the ugliest pass you'll see. Look how the ball, see what happened is he just kind of tossed the ball. It almost looked like a basketball throw out there. He read that pressure so quickly, he had to dump the ball and get rid of it.
Let's take a look at the Honda Red Zone. You can see their numbers this year. 87% scoring, a lot of touchdowns. That stat powered by Honda generators for the ultimate tailgating experience. Under center for one of the few times in the early going. Cutler floats it, and that's going to be incomplete. We got a penalty flag on the play as well. George Smith was the intended receiver. Looked like he might have been held up in the end zone.
Well, I think he was. I think it might have been Stewart, number 24, who held him up. It looked like he was going to do an inside break, and at the last second he cut to the outside. Designed play, and I think Stewart got caught with the hold.
Pass interference, number 24 of the defense. Since the penalty occurred in the end zone, ball will be placed at the 2-yard line, 1st down.
So a 1st and goal now from the 2-yard line, 2nd possession of the game, and Philip Fulmer has seen this all too often this season. Not so much from his defense, but just the mistakes, the penalties, turnovers.
7 or 8 plays would have changed their entire season. And he knows this is so serious. You want it when you're the underdog, you want momentum. If you're the team that's favored, like Tennessee in this game, you don't want this to happen on the 1st series or 2nd series.
Logan in at fullback, handoff to Jackson Garrison, and he'll go into the end zone. Touchdown, Commodores. Kason Jackson Garrison comes back to his hometown of Knoxville and puts the Commodores in the lead.
He made a couple really nice moves on this play. Set up his block really well. He got 2 blocks on the outside right there. You see 74 is Chris Williams. Now he got the offside guard pulling around. That's I believe that was Stampler that pulled around. And he just set him right up there and just kind of moved inside. Well, I better give credit where credit's due. That was Josh Ames, number 78, that got that good block.
All right, the extra point by Hanfeld is good. It looked a little ugly, but it did go through the uprights. So Vanderbilt on top, 7-0, and we're back after a word from your local stations. SEC football brought to you in part by Nexium, the purple pill. Commodores leading 7-0. Hanfeld ready to kick off. And Taylor is back deep for Tennessee. Temperature, what do we got? About 50 degrees today. Sun is out. Beautiful day. College football.
Absolutely.
All right, Lucas is not going to run this one out. He'll take a knee. Ball comes out to the 20. Well, we've got a kid coming back to his hometown looking pretty good. Let's go down on the field to Jen.
Boy, is he ever looking good, Bill. Kaysen Jackson Garrison. He's come in and made quite an impact, hasn't he, in his first career start. He is from here in Knoxville. And really, Kaysen grew up with a very tough family life. By the time he was in 6th grade, he was at times homeless. He literally spent nights in abandoned cars and cardboard boxes, had to steal food to survive. Well, eventually he met up with a couple named Rod and Darla Garrison. In 2001, they took him in as a foster child. And in 2003, they became his legal parents, guys.
That's our all-tell sideline report from Jen Hildreth. Here's a big hole for Foster, 30, breaks the tackle at the 40, he could go, one man can catch him, 30, 20, and finally forced out of bounds. Arian Foster, the freshman from San Diego, California, finally caught by Andrew Pace, but a huge run of 66 yards.
Well, two things happen on this. You can't have your backers get cut off. The middle linebackers went the wrong way. They slanted to the right. The play is to the left. They had a read or something that took them that way, and it broke the play wide open. And Foster just rumbles down there. Now, you got to give credit. When you got a defensive back that runs that far to push him out of bounds, you got to give a little bit of credit there. But how about Arian Foster, just a freshman, Bill?
And he's had an impact since the injury to Gerald Rich. Here's Foster again, right side 10, down to about the 6-yard line. He picks up about 8 on the play. Huge hole off that right side where Douglas and Tuina are blocking. 8 yards, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, the big men up front. Tuina, actually, number 72, outweighs the defensive coverage in Hurdley Harrison by 100 pounds. That's a lot to give up. When you're a defensive lineman and you look across, you're weighing in at 250, and Tuina weighs 355.
On to red zone. There's Tennessee's numbers inside the 20-yard line. And again, it's Foster. Good stutter step. 5-2-1 touchdown, Tennessee. So they strike right back in just a few plays. 6-yard run. And an extra point away from tying it up.
When it worked on first down, and why not go right back to it? That's almost the exact same play. Right behind Tuina and Douglas. Slide to the left. Good block inside. Man, nice setup right there. Fullback coming up in there, sticking them, and then just allow Foster just to kind of slide through.
4th rushing touchdown this season for Arian Foster. Will Hoyt will try the extra point. It didn't take long on that drive to get Tennessee in the end zone, and here we go to try to tie this one up. And that one is good. So just like that, Tennessee answers the Vanderbilt touchdown with one of their own. Vandy gets another crack on offense when we come back. Today's game is brought to you in part by Nissan and your local Nissan dealers. Well, nice, there's the hero of that drive, Arian Foster for Tennessee.
You didn't think we'd have a defensive struggle like this, did you?
Well, let's talk about this and who gets the advantage if this turns into a shootout. Here's the kickoff, high, deep. I don't think this will be returned and will not. Then it'll take a knee. Ball will come out to the 20-yard line.
You know, you talk about a shootout. I don't know who has the advantage, but I know I wouldn't want to go against that guy, Jay Cutler, in a shootout.
He wants to throw. Good protection down the middle of the field. Bennett's wide open at the 45, and that'll be a first down. Well, how important is it, Dave, to get some heat on this guy? You let him sit in the pocket, look out.
Well, yeah, if you let him sit back there, he'll pick you apart. But if you put pressure on him, then you're in man-to-man coverage.
Jason Hall got some pressure on him, but he was able to feel a little bit of that heat, step up and throw it downfield. Here's our Aaron's scoreboard as we look around other early action in college football on this Saturday. That's a big one there. Kentucky and Georgia. Handoff. Jackson Garrison breaks a tackle, but good pursuit by that volunteer front line. And they make the stop. It was Tony McDaniel, number 95, who makes the hit for Tennessee.
Yeah, and you have to give a little bit of credit there. Justin Harrell, 92, comes in. He gets into the backfield, and he's the first one to disrupt. See him stick his man now. Disrupt him, disrupt the flow, make him run left to right or north to south, as coaches call it. This defensive unit, that front seven, by many people preseason was considered the best in the nation.
And a lot of these guys are playing hurt. Jason
yeah.
Mitchell, for one, who's not going to play after this game today. Kevin Simon's been banged up. But there's been no give up on that defensive side. Cutler on second down with a screen to the outside to Bennett. Makes the catch, takes it upfield. Nice cutback move to midfield. And he's got another first down to the Tennessee 44-yard line. Gaither finally brought him down.
Boy, you talk about a wow player. This is a wow player. Bennett's just a freshman. He catches. This is an underneath screen. In other words, you throw it out and allow those linemen, and then you cut back inside. You see the lineman coming downfield. Look at the moves that he makes. Back, forth, setting up a couple blockers, then putting his head down. You talk about bursting on the seam. Brad Bennett has burst on the seam. 65 receptions. I don't even remember him early in the season.
That's because he was just playing special teams.
Yeah.
Jackson Garrison takes the handoff, and he's brought down in the backfield. Good defensive play by Malahona.
Boy, Big Jesse, they call him. Mahalona, let me tell you something. That man plays well. 55, slides. You see him force in there. He's against Chris Williams, 74. He slides in there, and Jackson Garrison has nowhere to go. You see how he slides? That's the mark of a good defensive player. Not when you're strong in the hole, but when you play 5 yards either side of your hole. When you can slide. And John Chavis will tell you that Jesse Mahalona has been he's been a big part of this defensive front.
Yeah, his arms look like tree trunks.
Yeah, they do. Got to have those pumpers.
Draw play to Jackson Garrison, and again, good defense by Tennessee. They stop him at the 45-yard line. That time, Jason Mitchell makes the tackle.
Boy, you know, that hole opened up so fast, but Tennessee, right in here, you'll see the hole. Look how the hole opens up. Now, you see how quickly it closes. That closing speed is what is so good about those linebackers, Gaither, Simon, and Mitchell. They move to the ball so quickly and get in there.
On the last drive, you see that 2 for 3 and third down conversions. Those two came on the last drive. A couple of big third down conversions for Vanderbilt.
That's a huge stand down. We're going to look at that all day long, and that's an important factor in this game.
And that's Bennett right at the bottom of your screen. Cutler back to throw. Here's a little dump off to Jackson Garrison, and he takes it shy of the 40-yard line, knocked out at the 41, but that is well shy of a first down. It looks like head coach Bobby Johnson will send on the punting unit.
Boy, I almost thought on this play when he didn't make it, you want to get the ball to somebody like Jackson Garrison. He's got a lot of moves in that. I almost thought for a second that Bobby Johnson said, hey, let's go for it. The ball's on the 41-yard line. He's going to try to pin Tennessee deep. Now, the secret on this one is don't punt it in the end zone.
Not good hang time. Oh, he bobbled the snap, but there wasn't much of a rush, so he got it away. And the ball is going to land at the 15, take a Vanderbilt bounce inside the 10, all the way down to the 7-yard line. Well, we mentioned special teams and some of the mistakes both sides have been making all year long. That time, there was a mistake, and they didn't have to pay for it.
Boy, they didn't have to pay for it. Well, you know what's amazing? Sometimes when the ball is cold, and it is cold, you see how it went right through his hands? Sometimes when that ball is cold, you're getting that ball, and there's no grip on it. It's almost slick because it's cold. Bobby Johnson's going to tell him, I promise you that. You move over and you get your body in front of it.
Well, give him credit for maintaining his composure and getting that kick away.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, big series here. If you're Tennessee, you don't want to give the ball back. You don't give opportunities to Vandy. They want to drive, control the clock a little bit, come away with some points.
This is Foster. And there you go. Good slide to the left by the D-line. Read the play nicely, and not much of a gain there. Maybe a couple to the 10.
Well, that was the same play that they ran in that last series when they had so much success. But that time you had a little bit better stand up front. Harrison, McKenzie, good stick in there. And Philip Fulmer knows you don't want to give Vandy any life down here. Don't give him opportunities.
14th season for Fulmer here at Tennessee. 10th in the SEC's all-time winners list.
He's a very good coach with the little things that make a difference in games.
Foster, big hole up the middle this time. 15, 18-yard line, and depending on the spot, looks like that will be a Tennessee first down. Horrocks makes the tackle. First down for Tennessee. They're at their 18-yard line. Foster again, big hole left side, breaks the tackle across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, Hanaja finally brings him down. Senior from Arlington, Texas, gain of 7.
Big man on big man coming around the circle. Look at this. Block down now. You bring those two big men out there and you slide them. You see the white shirts going down. That's the way you run a power sweep. Look at his Simoji there. He just gets taken out. Simoji, he's the star for this defense, number 30. He's got 102 tackles, slides the ball. He's always around. Doesn't get cut down very often.
Rick Clausen barks out his call, and again, it's a quick pitch to Foster, and he fights his way up to the 30. That'll be another first down. Not much on the play. Jonathan Goff in on the stop for the Commodores.
You know what I would do if I was on the offensive coordinator or the offensive coach for Tennessee? I'd say, we're going to just keep on running. As long as you can pick up a first down every 2 downs, picking up 4 or 5 yards, you're going to control it. Now, if you're the defense, you turn around and say, hey, somebody's got to stand up.
Well, if you're the offensive coordinator at Tennessee, who are you?
That's true. I guess it's Philip Fulmer now with Randy Sanders stepping down, but wonderful coach, Randy Sanders. What a gentleman.
Play action fake, and Clausen wants to put this one in the air and does, and it's high over the outstretched arms of the intended receiver, Josh Briscoe. 2nd down and 10 coming up for Tennessee.
Well, that ball was high, but for another one, you see that he doesn't step forward on the ball. This is extending. I mean, he does not see that, leaves that left leg behind him. And I'll tell you right now, if that receiver had gotten that was one-on-one out there. That's what you want. You want to get that one-on-one situation, but the ball sailed on him. And that's about where Rick Clausen will try. 15, 18, 20 yards, that's where he feels his limit is. He can throw a deep one, but he's a lot better in the short game.
Looking down, handoff. Anderson in the ball game now as a running back, giving Foster a blow, and Corey Anderson doesn't get much there. So you're setting up with a 3rd down and long to go for the Volunteers on our 7-7 tie, and inside 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Log on to jpsports.com and click on the Regions Bank Road Trip Planner for the quickest routes and all the information you need traveling around the SEC. And how about traveling next week to the game of the week? That involves this Tennessee team again against Kentucky. Big 3rd down, and Clausen with good protection again over the middle. Oh, that's high, and that missed as well. Chris Hansen handing the receiver, but now we've seen Dave a couple of throws by Clausen, and they've sailed high both times.
They certainly have, and that's not typical of him. He's usually a workhorse in there. But now that Tennessee's going to have to give the football up, Vanderbilt should get great field position.
Colquitt will punt for the 2nd time. Snaps a little high, but he's got it. Here's the kick. And Bennett's going to let this bounce at the 25, and a mistake there. And all the way down at the 10-yard line. Monster kick that time for Colquitt. 61 yards. Rick Clausen, quite a kid from the quarterbacking Clausens, eh, Jen?
Yeah, definitely. And you know, Rick has been really at his best in relief role this season when he comes off the bench against LSU, that great game, UAB, Memphis. And I asked him what that's like, how you get that closer mentality as a starter. And he said, well, when you come off the bench, it's almost like it's us versus the world. There's no room for error. And that's usually because when he comes in, he's having to make up for some mistakes. But Dave, you and I talked to him yesterday. He told us a great story about when he came into the game against Memphis and what he said to his team.
Yeah, he walked into the huddle, Bill, and he turned around and he says, well, what are we doing after the game tonight? Everybody looked and said, huh? What?
I formation. Jackson Garrison, the tailback, but he's not getting the football. Cutler wants to throw, and he sends it up for grabs. Almost picked off, and we have a penalty flag thrown as well.
Now, who's this penalty flag on?
Yeah, Jonathan Wade was the volunteer who got his hands on the football.
I think what happened on that may be offensive interference, but sometimes you got to just break them up. That ball was underthrown. The defender was looking back at it.
Pass interference on the defense, number 4. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Unless something happened before, we got to the last couple of seconds of that play.
Well, it's to the left of your screen. You're going to see him go up right here. And I actually thought, see the hands? I don't know about that. That's kind of even. But you see the hand come in there trying to pull that ball away. That 82 is Marlon White. I think that Vandy got quite a break, and John Chavis doesn't like that.
You can see the penalties already in this game today.
Well, wasn't John Chavis fun to talk with the defensive coordinator in Tennessee yesterday?
Yeah, it's been a tough year for all the Tennessee coaches. You mentioned Randy Sanders stepping down as offensive coordinator. That opened some eyes to the whole coaching staff. Jackson Garrison really pounded down from behind, but he takes it up to the 27-yard line.
Oh, he got uplifted
Yeah.
too. Watch this play right here. Good slide. What you do is you want to get to the hole. When you don't see it, you slide. You got to get those happy little feet. But when he got up, I noticed a little gimp in that one leg. You don't want him spraining an ankle because you don't have a whole lot behind him.
So they're working on him on the sidelines.
But I'll
replacing him, Stephen Bright.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if they're going to win, if Vandy is going to win this game, it's going to be Jay Cutler's game.
Quarterback draw again, and a big hole up the middle. He's to the 35, and he carries a tackler up to the 37, and that will be a Commodore first down.
You know, I think when you think of a quarterback running, you don't think of Jay Cutler, but look at that. Quarterback draw all the way. Good block by his up back. I think that was Bright, 17, who got that block. But Cutler is a tough kid. I mean, we're talking about a kid that's run the ball a lot, moves down there, plays the option. Your heart's in your throat if you're the head coach every time he runs, but every time he bounces up, Bill.
He holds 20. Holds or is tied with 20 different records in that Vanderbilt offense.
I can't imagine there's more than 21 or 22. That young man is fantastic.
Fake the handoff, fake the reverse. Now Cutler throws down the middle, up for grabs. Oh, and it's caught. Great catch by George Smith. Smith took it away from a defender and all the way down to the 15-yard line. What a huge play by the wide receiver, because that ball was up for grabs.
And Hefney had great position on the inside. Right of your screen, you're going to see George Smith go up and over. Hefney's got inside. Watch George Smith. Look at him go over top. Holy cow, a redshirt freshman. Man, this is a catch. Hefney had great position. Look at him right inside. He was the inside man. George Smith used that big height, 6'3", about 195 pounds, to go up and over.
47-yard pass play from Cutler to George White, and now they're inside the red zone again. Vanderbilt at the 16-yard line. Jackson Garrison, big hole right side, 10, down to the 6-yard line. Well, if he was hurt, he's healthy again. And now he gets up and he's hobbling again.
Yeah, I know.
But a huge run for a first down, first and goal from the 6.
Well, he didn't hobble when he got that ball. Watch this, right up the middle, good block in there. Gets a good block by Holloway, 77. Hefney finally comes up, but what an explosion. I think what they did is they caught Tennessee in pressure. I'd get him over the sideline. I'd retape his ankle if that's in fact what it is.
They're already missing Jeff Jennings, so Stephen Bright would be the next go-to guy. He is standing to the left of Cutler as they work out of the shotgun. Vanderbilt first down and goal. Play action, that's a keeper. Cutler and defended well by Tennessee. Great stop by the Volunteers. John Poe makes the stop for Tennessee. It'll be second down and goal for the Commodores.
And Dave, this is, excuse me, Bill, this is just great coaching. When you do the backside containment, and Tennessee is so well coached, they react on the backside, they don't forget their keys. A lot of times that quarterback will read that slant down in, everybody's moving to it, and he goes backside, but Tennessee answered it.
Red zone numbers, a touchdown already today. That look at the red zone, powered by Honda Generators for the ultimate tailgating experience. By the way, you can't get away with calling everybody Dave today.
Yeah, I know.
Cutler has the ball knocked down as he tried to throw it. Tried to jam it over the middle. And again, another knockdown by that Tennessee front line, and that'll make it third down and goal for Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I think that's the second one that Justin Harold, number 92, has gotten. That's what you want to do. If you can't get that push and you're not breaking in there, you look, you get those hands up. See if you see 92. See him right there going up? I'd rather be lucky than good sometimes. You didn't get off the line. Coaches will say, oh, brother, you didn't get off the line, but you knocked the ball down. That was good.
Third and goal, Volunteers on defense at their 5. The Commodores with Jackson Garrison back in the lineup. Cutler looks, fires, end zone touchdown. Marlon White, number 82, drilled it right to him. Great pass by Cutler, and Vanderbilt has retaken the lead.
Boy, you talk about drilling it. That's exactly what he did. It's a little slide, just a little post pattern left of your screen, and he finds Marlon White. And look at that ball. That's a rope going into him. Not a whole lot of room there. Strong safety was coming over, but bang! Cutler just threw that ball in there.
19th touchdown pass for Jay Cutler this season. Brant Honfeld on to try the extra point. And we've got flag on the play. And here is the call. Matt Austin, our referee today.
Prior to the snap, false start, 74 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat the try.
Well, we talked about a shootout. I think we may have a shootout.
There's the hero there, Marlon White, and then there is a coach who is not happy with the way his defense has performed here in the first quarter.
Concerned, obviously, very concerned.
And they've been the mainstay of this Tennessee team all year long, keeping them in football games. Let's try this extra point again. 5 yards further back, and it's good. Well, there's a kind of hush all over the stadium here in Knoxville. So Vanderbilt strikes again, 14-7 lead over Tennessee. We'll return after these messages from the University of Tennessee. Vanderbilt on top of Tennessee, 14-7, and the fans who made the trip over to Knoxville today pretty happy. But it's not like they haven't seen this from their offense this year. They can put up a bunch of points. Problem is, can they stop the other team?
Yeah, but they haven't put them up against Tennessee in recent years.
Onfelt will kick off. And Lucas Taylor again awaits on the return. Last time he was about 6 yards deep in the end zone and decided not to take it out. This one's returnable. Lucas at his 4-yard line. And breaks a tackle at the 20. Still going 30. One Commodore trying to catch him, and he's got him at midfield. Well, a missed tackle around the 20-yard line, and all of a sudden it opened up for Lucas. Hunter finally brought him down, a special teams tackle for Vandy, but short field starting at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, you have to run through tackles, and that's exactly what he does on this play. Right in here, you see him run through that tackle? Great job, just keeping his balance, keeping his feet going, and he just goes off to the races. Exactly what you have to do. Again, watch that missed tackle right here, how big missed tackles are. Right there. He doesn't go down. You see how he gathers himself back up and starts running? I think that was Bugs that might have been the missed tackler.
So Rick Clausen and his Volunteers take over at midfield. And here's Arian Foster, and he's got a couple of yards, which should put him over 100 yards in our game today, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. So quite a first quarter and a good start for Vanderbilt. They scored 2 touchdowns. Tennessee's got 1. We go to the second quarter in Knoxville. Vanderbilt 14, Tennessee 7. Brzezinski, Dave Rowe, Jen Hildreth on the sidelines. Glad you're with us from Knoxville. We start quarter number 2. Vanderbilt leading Tennessee 14-7. And here's Rick Clausen starting his team on offense, and Foster takes the handoff, and he's got maybe a yard going off left tackle. Let's take a look at our Gatorade first quarter stats, and wow, Dave Rowe.
Oh, wow. Look at the passing yards. Jay Cutler in the first quarter, 148 yards. Tennessee does not have a yard passing. God.
And, you know, I was looking at Cutler's stats, and there's only a couple of stats, numbers at the school that he does not have the career mark, and one of them is yards in a season. He needed 420 today to tie that record. He's off to a good start.
Yeah, he may have that at halftime. Good night.
3rd and 7. Clausen, excellent time to throw. Dumps it off. There's a completion, but short of a first down. Pass caught by Chris Brown. And the fans here a little murmur, grumbling, because that is going to force a punt by Tennessee.
Well, Clausen looked downfield. You see him look downfield there, and then he came out to his dump out in the flat. He had nothing down the middle of the field. They're going to have to give the ball back up. Philip Fulmer, he's telling him just calm down. Just got to keep on moving around out there. You can just see him. Philip Fulmer is pretty concerned right now. His offense is not moving the ball, and Jay Cutler is eating them up.
Colquitt on to punt again for the Volunteers, with Bennett waiting at about the 10-yard line. It's a nice kick. Bennett says, I'll let it go at the 10, but it takes a Commodore bounce. The Volunteers cannot down it before it gets into the end zone, and the ball will come out to the 20-yard line. So Vanderbilt back on offense, and so far they've had their way here in Knoxville. And we're back here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and there's the Vanderbilt band, and They got some smiles on their faces because their team has come on the road and taken the lead. And the first time the band has made the trip since who knows when. Cutler and company starting at their 20. Fake the reverse. Cutler's going to throw, and it's caught by the tight end. Dustin Dunning with the catch for the first time today. And up to about the 26-yard line. Antoine Stewart in on the tackle for Tennessee. You know, when you talk about Jay Cutler, you talk about a guy who has skyrocketed. I mean, here's a kid who wasn't even thinking of coming back next year.
Yeah,
that was a big debate whether he was going to come back to Vanderbilt. And now you talk to all the pro scouts, and they love this guy.
Oh, yeah. Everybody will tell you. I'm serious when I say this. I've seen a lot of college quarterbacks over my years. I can't remember seeing one that was so dominant as Cutler is. He's tough. He's got all the leadership qualities.
Quick out to Bennett. Gets a block. Bennett will take it upfield, and he's got a first down at the 36-yard line.
Now, one thing I like about Bennett, Earl Bennett, number 10, is this is just a little swing pass, but watch how quickly he gets his feet down, catches it clean. Now, get it down real quick, and look at those little quick feet, setting up a block, and he actually picks up about 6 or 7 yards extra by setting up that block.
Yeah, and credit the block there, because that was a big reason that play got Vandy a first down.
Boy, and what a game he had against Kentucky. Wow. I mean, that's a wow. 13 passes, I think, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, 13 for just 99 yards with 5 TDs. Cutler, again, great protection deep down the middle of the field for Bennett. Oh, and it's knocked away. Nice defensive play in the secondary for Tennessee by Johnson.
Boy, this was nice coverage by Johnson. Johnson is actually just coming downfield, and he just steps up there. He plays the ball all the way. Look at him come up there, get the hand up inside. Good position by Bennett with the inside position, but Johnson getting up high, knocking that ball away. You play the ball, you don't play the man. You see that hand go right up between Earl Bennett's number 10.
Coreyus Johnson out of Atlanta, Georgia. 2nd and 10 for Vandy. Draw play, and it's not going anywhere. Jackson Garrison tripped up in the backfield by John Poe.
John Poe does a good job right here. He plays behind Kevin Simon, 56. But watch him step up in the pocket. See him coming to the left of your screen? He steps up, makes a nice pocket right there, makes a pile, hitting the fullback first. And look at him. See, there's no place for him to go, for Jackson Garrison to go. He has to slide. He's got no room. Nice heads-up play by the senior, number 56, getting a chance to play a lot.
It's 3rd long, 3rd and 12, and there you see the numbers today. Vanderbilt's been pretty good on 3rd down, although some of those have been like 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. This is a 3rd and 12 from their 34-yard line. Cutler's got it and fires, and it's caught, and it's Bennett again. Nice cutback move to the right, and he's down to the Tennessee 43-yard line. Omar Gaither had to drag him down by his heels, but a huge 3rd down conversion by the Commodores.
Boy, if you don't catch this ball, you're Earl Bennett, it's going to stick in you. Look at that follow-through. Bang, that hit him right mid-chest high. And Bennett he catches it so clean. Watch this, you don't see any bobble, but look at that rope. That ball moves so fast the camera can't move with it. That is a great pass.
22 yards, first down, and the Commodores are now in Tennessee territory at their 44-yard line.
We get great shots from those camera crews.
We do. Jackson Garrison is the running back, but he's going to stay in and block as Cutler throws, and there's another catch out to Marlon White. Short gain on the play to about the 40-yard line.
Okay, now if you're Tennessee, you've got to make some decisions right now. Are you going to put pressure on Cutler, or are you going to let him sit back and he's eating them up? I think they've got to come with pressure, Bill.
Yeah, you know, at this point, they can't go with a 4-man rush. SEC football brought to you in part by Nexium, the purple pill.
Yeah, you got to bring one of those backers from the outside, get some pressure on Cutler, make him make those decisions. And now you see him stepping up in the line.
There you go, and they run the football. Jackson Garrison, good cutback move. Good read by the running back to the 30 to the 25. First down at the 24-yard line.
This is a great run by just a sophomore, Kason Jackson Garrison. It's a weak side play where he's going over the left tackle. You see right there? Now look how far he goes back. When he cuts back, he is already the outside of the right tackle. Good vision in the hole. He saw it, made that cutback, planted, and made big yards. If he's got a sprained ankle, I think he ought to sprain that one every week.
1st and 10 Well, quick out again, and this is George White with the football. Excuse me, George Smith, and he's tackled by Johnson.
And that was an interesting call. What happened? That was going to be a running play, and Cutler just looked up, and he saw George Smith, 88, over there. Nobody was covering him, and he just, bang, just threw it out. It's almost like it's an automatic play between Cutler and George Smith.
Phil Fulmer told us yesterday in talking about this game that if Tennessee plays up to its ability, they should win the game.
Absolutely. I think he really believes that, and I don't see Tennessee offensively. They've not been able to move the ball real well. They had the one big run. Defensively, got to get more pressure.
Draw play, and Jackson Garrison pulls his way all the way to the 6-yard line. Huge hole up the middle. Hefney finally brought him down, but once again, Vanderbilt will have a first and goal.
Boy, what a good run. Look at that little shuffle right there. See those quick feet? They're down on the ground. Then when he gets tackled, he carries the defender with him about 4 yards after he's hit. Again, look at this right there. See him carrying 3-4 yards? That's leg strength.
Yeah, and this is against a defense that is giving up 299 yards a game, and they're second against the run in the SEC.
Yeah,
not today.
Well, all the tackles will be made by the secondary. Front line's not making them.
Garrison again, and that time a good tackle by Antoine Stewart.
Stewart's the strong safety, number 24. The front line, they're getting locked up in there, and you're seeing them bounce to the outside. This time Stewart comes up and gets them, number 24. But you want that front line and linebackers making the tackles.
And there they are inside the 20 again today, and they've been money with touchdowns. One run, one pass. Jackson Garrison, 11 carries today, 44 yards. Cutler second down and goal, gonna roll far side. Pump, fire, and it is caught! Touchdown, Marlon White again! And the officials are discussing maybe if he was juggling the ball or not, but there was one of the officials was right there.
Yes, he was right in front of it as he sees Marlon White come out with control. Going to go to the left of your screen, Bill, and watch this rope. Throws it in, just forces that ball in there. Now, catches it. You see him step out of bounds. Now the ball gets pulled out. Watch when the ball gets pulled out. There's control. There comes the ball out. I think the official was right on that.
And it's going to be reviewed.
The previous play is under review.
Now, two things they were looking for is control of the ball and 1 foot down in the end zone. You know, I think from the shot that we saw, it's a difficult angle, and it happens quickly. You see the ball get pulled out. There's our replay booth where the officials go over every play. They review every play. But let's look at this. Control, yeah, he's got the ball now. It gets bobbled out.
And is it irrefutable evidence?
Yes. Well, again, watch this. Now, you have to have control and 1 foot. I don't think 1 foot's the issue. It's control. Ball still in his hand. Now it gets pulled out.
Yeah, and that official's right there.
Yes,
he is right there.
Yeah.
And he signals touchdown. So I would believe in his mind he had possession long enough to call it a touchdown.
Now these are the films and the pictures that the officials are looking at to determine that control, foot down. And as you say, the official's right there. I mean, he sees it coming right to him.
So we'll wait to see what the replay shows. Matt Austin, our referee today.
And I tell you what instant replay does.
After reviewing the play of whether the player caught the ball and got his foot down inbounds, replay shows that he did catch the ball. Touchdown.
I think what instant replay shows me is how good these officials are. Bobby Gaston, our Southeastern Conference head of officials, he has got a group of guys that make great decisions. That's instantaneous. They have to make those decisions.
Extra point try. And it is good. So Vandy has controlled this football game offensively. They lead Tennessee 21-7. Back after a word from your local stations. SEC football game of the week, and we're in Knoxville. Bill Rosinski, Dave Rowe, Jen Hildreth on the sidelines, and so far the fans who are dressed in orange are not very happy as Vanderbilt has a big lead. Big, it's 21-7. Who knows what's going to happen here? And here's Lucas Taylor coming out for Tennessee. Big return again across the 20 to the 30. Down at the 31-yard line. Problem is, Tennessee's got to move the ball.
Yeah.
And Clausen's got to complete a pass or two to get this offense going.
Well, the special teams have been special for Tennessee today. Got them good field position.
There's your scoring drive, and really it was a big third down conversion. They really had like 3rd and 12, I think. And he hit Bennett over the middle, and that kept the drive going.
Yeah, and he was 6 for 7. Cutler was 6 for 7 on that last drive. Not bad.
Play action by Clausen. And there's a nice catch over on the far sideline by Jason Swain. And the fans applaud that because the ball went downfield and they got a first down.
Boy, what Swain does is he uses his body as good. It's almost like a basketball play. You get your body in between the ball and the defender. You see how he bridges up there and see how he gets that butt up in there? Kind of steps in front. Nice play right here. Watch this, drive him off. Now when he makes the break, see, he doesn't allow him to come under. The defender's trying to come underneath him, and he doesn't allow Josh Allen to come underneath him.
Quick handoff there to Arian Foster, who went up the middle. Jonathan Gore said, forget that. Got a few yards on the play as Tennessee tries. What they need to do here, Dave, is control the clock, keep Vandy's offense on the field, and generate some points. And they haven't been able to do a lot of any of that today.
Well, coaches call it move the chains. That's what you do. You don't try to get those big chips away there. You just try to move the chains. Come up with that 2nd down and 6, then come up with 3rd down and 1 or 2, make the 1st down, and move the chains.
2nd and 7, Foster up the middle, and he's to the midfield stripe. But it's a running play, and Foster has got the 1st down and a little bit more as he gets to the 45-yard line. So Arian Foster has been the offense for Tennessee so far this afternoon. That is his 13th carry.
Because that gives a lot of life to Vanderbilt. Tennessee would like nothing better than to drive down, get at least a field goal try, hopefully a touchdown for them.
Foster again trying to find a hole up the middle. Nothing doing there. Tried to slide outside right, and just a real nice tackle.
Yeah, Sivigi, number 30. He has got to have a big day. He's number 30. He's in the middle. Watch him slide to the ball. See him coming right through there. He's got good speed. He's parallel to the line of scrimmage. He's got 5 tackles. If they're going to win today on defense, and they're going to stop him on defense, that young man right there, Moses Sivigi, he's got to have a day. You see that? He leads the SEC in tackles.
And no stranger to that. He's all SEC his last 2 seasons, and I'm sure heading that way again this year. Foster, 40-yard line, 37-yard line, and a couple yards shy of the 1st down. Jonathan Goff with the play defensively for the Commodores. And let's set this game in perspective for Tennessee. They need to win their last 2 games to become bowl eligible. I'm sure Phil Fulmer was not thinking this when they started camp in August.
No.
They were thinking BCS, not just making a bowl game.
Well, the quarterback situation is everybody's been focusing on the quarterback situation. And it's been a tough one. I'm wondering whether we might see Eric Ainge today in this game, because right now Rick Clausen is not having a good game.
Well, if he keeps handing off to Foster, he might have a good game, and that's very close to a 1st down. It'll depend on the spot. And to get just shy of the 35-yard line.
And I think he is. There's Eric Ainge, the other quarterback. Great talent. Boy, I went down and I looked at him down on the field. Not great numbers. You see the interceptions that he's thrown. The completion is what really is the thing that jumps out at. But he's a young man. He's got a lot of confidence. And I want to tell you something, Bill. He's lost his confidence, but he has got he just has great skills if he can get that back. Ooh, this is close.
Looks like 1st down. Indeed it is. Brooks and Dunn keep rolling along. If you watched the CMA Awards this past Tuesday, you saw them not only host the show, but also take home honors for Best Country Duo once again. So congrats to Ronnie and Kix for yet another award. Of course, don't forget to stop in your local record store to get their latest album, Hillbilly Deluxe, which has already climbed to #1 on the country charts. And of course, thanks to them for the great job they did on those intros, SEC and ACC games this year. So running play, a couple of yards down to the 33-yard line. Horrickson on the tackle for Vanderbilt.
And you know, if I'm a Tennessee fan, I'm saying this is exactly what they need. Control the clock. Yeah. Don't give Vanderbilt another opportunity. Just run it down. They've set the line. They're running really well behind Toina and Cody Douglas on the right side. They've had a lot of success with that. Keep pounding them.
Here's a pass as Clausen sets up and throws over the middle, and that ball is caught inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. Chris Brown on the receiving end for Tennessee. And about a yard and a half shy of a first down.
This is just a little curl over the middle. What you do is just try to come out. You see him curl right there. Just be a big target. Spread out that chest. Pick up positive yards. 3rd down and 2 right now. You've got a running back like Foster. I'm wondering if Rick Clausen might just pull that ball down and say, we're going to have one-on-one. But they've got Foster back there who can almost always get him 2 yards.
This should be Foster time here. 2nd down, less than 2 yards, or 3rd and about 2 yards to go. And there is Foster with the football. Oh, wow. Pounded back, and he's trying to fight free, but he could not do it. Jonathan Goff came up from his middle linebacker spot and just stuck the running back. And now a big decision here for Phil Fulmer and Tennessee whether to go for it on 4th down.
Watch 47. Bang! Right. Oh, man, did I like that. That's the way you play defense. You run through them. You're going to see him just break right on through. Oh, man, what a stick right there. That is an outstanding play. Jonathan Goff, just a sophomore.
All right, rolling the dice, Tennessee for the 12th time this year, going for it on 4th down. They've converted 3 of the 11 so far, and Vanderbilt says, look, we had a late substitution, let's call a timeout.
First time out of the half.
And then another chance for Tennessee to talk over what they want to do offensively. And there's our score. Vanderbilt on top of Tennessee by a score of 21-7. 2:35 to go, and it has been really Jay Cutler and the offense of Vanderbilt controlling this game so far today. This is a huge play here now, Dave. Field goal kind of too long for Tennessee to try at this point, and you want to get a touchdown before halftime.
Well, you know, you just ran that ball and you didn't have any success. You can see Jay Cutler over there. He's just waiting, chewing his fingernails, saying, I want another series. Just put me back in. But if I'm Tennessee, what I'm thinking right now is I'm thinking, you know, I can go to Foster and usually pick up 2 yards. They stuffed the line that time. Goff had that great tackle. If I'm Vanderbilt on the other side, I'm sitting back there saying, do I have enough nerve to bring pressure to make Clausen make a quick decision? Don't allow him to sit back there. It's a tough call right now. Philip Fulmer, of course, acting as the offensive coordinator, but he talks with Randy Sanders up in the booth, and you know, they communicate very well.
Yeah, well, when they're talking to him about the situation with the offensive, he says, you're right, they do chat. And really, it's Fulmer finally making the final call here. And it's his decision now going for it on 4th down, 3.
Got to be careful of the hard count.
Shotgun. Another throw, and there's Foster. Got the catch, got the first down, and finally carries a couple tackles to the 22-yard line.
This is vintage Rick Clausen. What he does is a controlled passer. Sits back in the pocket. Vanderbilt only elected to rush 3. That's that 30 defense. And looking Clausen. You see him looking to his right. Comes back. He sees Foster right in the middle. That little curl. You've got to get the first down yardage. Well-designed play. A lot of confidence right there in that play.
So it is all Arian Foster in this first half of Tennessee. Any success they've had moving the football. Fresh set of downs for the Volunteers at the 23 of Vanderbilt. Protection again, nobody open over there. Now Clausen's going to force the issue. Oh boy, almost picked off. And should have been picked off by Rashard Langford.
Oh, Langford he had the ball hit him right in the hands. You got a pressure there. Chris Booker gets the pressure on the quarterback right there. You see him pull it back down. Then he just floats it. And watch Langford hits him right in the hands. That is a huge play. Now, if you're Chris Booker, you've got to get pressure back on. If you're Clausen, you got to wipe it out and see if you can take advantage of a mistake by Vanderbilt.
2nd and 10, and you can see this has been a good time-consuming drive. It'll be a successful drive. Foster picked 10, first and goal. Tennessee at the 10-yard line. Finally, Langford with the tackle for the Commodores. 13 yards right up the middle for Arian Foster.
Boy, great lockups right there. That left side, we've talked about it a lot. Tuina, Douglas, and we talked about that strength at the point of attack. They have just driven them off the ball. If you're Vanderbilt, you have got to be able to make an adjustment.
Foster, 19 carries, 136 yards. He's got it again, the 20th carry. Good cutback move at the 5 down to the 4-yard line. And remember, this is a team that had Gerald Riggs as its featured back. And all of a sudden, Arian Foster steps in after he gets hurt, and it's been nothing but great success.
Boy, he just locked down that defensive corner on that play. The linebacker, I should say, just locked him feet down. Little shuffle step, cut back inside. You know what? Clock's kicking down, almost under a minute. I wouldn't do anything different. Just keep on giving it to him. Rely on your big men up front. See if they go behind Tuina again.
Again, Foster up the middle, and this time Vanderbilt looking for him. And they make a nice stop for no gain at the 5-yard line. Goff leading the charge for the Commodores, and now we've got a timeout called.
This was going towards Tuina's side, but all of a sudden Foster just cut it back. But interesting, this is a great drive for Tennessee and Phil Fulmer. They have controlled the clock, did exactly what they needed to, Bill.
All right, Vanderbilt still leading by 14. Back in Knoxville, All-Tel SEC Game of the Week. And we're going to take another pause down here because someone's called another timeout. And they've come from all over in all kinds of garb today. A little on the cool side.
Yeah, a little on the cool
chilly
side today.
In fact, you're still in your shirt. I'm sitting here. I put my winter coat on.
Well, hey.
All right, SEC championship game coming up in a couple of weeks. And like the past 2 years, we'll be there to bring you a preview of the big game. SEC Championship Saturday, presented by Chick-fil-A, will air live at noon on Saturday, December 3rd from SEC Fanfare at the World Congress Center. Check your local listings for the station in your area. Dave Baker, Dave Rowe, Dave Neal will be hosting the show. If you're in Atlanta, plan on visiting Fanfare and enjoy watching our special and having fun at all the interactive games, skills tests, and exhibits going on throughout Friday and Saturday. So Dave, and Dave. And you know what movie they're going to show that night?
What's that?
Dave.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Well, you know, this is a great series, and it's interesting because what happened is Tennessee called timeout, then Vanderbilt called timeout. And what they did is Tennessee came out and set an offensive set. Vanderbilt said, hey, we want to talk about it. You don't want to let those receivers get inside position, but right now, Tennessee has not been passing the ball. They've been sitting back there just running.
All right, 3rd down from the 5-yard line. Clausen will work shotgun.
Here comes pressure.
The protection. Clausen throws in the touchdown, Tennessee! Chris Hannon in the back of the end zone. And the Volunteers complete a very impressive drive to get right back in this football game.
Now, I'll give all the credit to Rick Clausen, the quarterback, sitting back in there as he finds Hannon in the back of the end zone. The one thing you cannot do is allow that inside cut. And that's exactly what he got. He got that inside. Hannon did that inside cut, but Clausen just stuck back in there. He knew he was going to get hit. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. That's the best pass that I saw Rick Clausen throw today.
His 6th of the season. Will Hoyt's extra point is on the way and good. Well, how big a drive was that for the Volunteers, because not only do they go down and score, but they use up a lot of clock and they keep Vanderbilt's offense off the field.
Exactly what we said. They started that drive. That was about a 6-minute or so. 16 plays. How about that? 16 plays, and you end up with a touchdown pass, and Clausen just throws. He's sitting back there. He knows he's going to get pressure. Look, he's going to get hit. He gets rid of that ball. I love his courage in the pocket. He's a workhorse. He's a blue collar. I talked to him yesterday and asked him, I said, Rick, what do you want to do after you get done football? He said, well, I'd like to coach. I'd like to do this. His brother Casey is a coach at Mississippi State. And he's got another younger brother that he may be the best of all the best, and that's Jimmy.
Jimmy, right. And you know, he had an interesting thing to say yesterday in talking about the coaching situation here and the changes. And he said he and Eric Ainge both felt awful that Randy had to step down as offensive coordinator because they took the blame. They go, you know what, we're affecting his life, his livelihood. He's got a family, he's got kids, and I guess the kids were taking some heat in schools. And that's very sharp for a young kid to realize how his play affects the coaching staff.
Yeah, he turned around and he said, you know, Coach Randy Sanders is not passing the ball. I'm passing the ball. Eric Ainge is passing the ball. We ought to be more responsible. It was really, I mean, that was a very mature statement to make. Bennett
and Jackson Garrison both back deep as Wilhoit kicks off. And this is Bennett. Drops the ball and he's going to come out with it at the 1. And up to the 5-yard line where he stopped there. So he bobbled it and went in the end zone and he came out with it. Ben Green with good pursuit for the Volunteers. And I'm assuming here with 38 seconds on the clock, it'll be time to take a knee and get out of here.
You know, he touched that ball in the field of play, and that was heads up by just a freshman. He realized he had to bring the ball out. He actually touched that ball about the 1-yard line, and he fumbled it back into the end zone. So he had to come out with the football.
We welcome you here to Knoxville Neyland Stadium for our SEC special this afternoon. Andy in Tennessee. We're working under center. He'll take the knee. Tennessee does have 2 timeouts, but I doubt they'll use it here.
No, you don't use them in this situation. You can't stop it enough to get a kick or force a punt. Philip Fulmer, I think he's so excited about that last drive. I think he's happy to go in.
I'll tell you what, that was I can't tell you how huge a drive that was for Tennessee, because they'd done from their opening second possession of the game, they did get a touchdown drive, but that was thanks to a huge play by Arian Foster. That time that used up a lot of clock. They got on the board and feeling a little bit better about themselves as we have reached halftime here at Neyland Stadium. So Phil Fulmer will talk over things with his guys. And meanwhile, Bobby Johnson's got to feel pretty good about the way things have gone for him. Let's find out. Jen's got him.
Well, Coach, your team Tennessee able to get one in there at the end, but you guys haven't led, or you haven't trailed, I should say. Are you pretty pleased with the way your team has played so far?
We're playing well, playing especially well on offense, making some big plays. Started playing the run a little better on defense. We're going to have to continue to do that, or they'll smash us.
Is that going to be your big key for the second half, stopping a guy like Arian Foster?
Yeah, he's a good back and slashing right now. We just got to get a lot more pressure on the point of attack.
All right, Coach, thanks. Best of luck second half. Well, guys, Vanderbilt right now on top, 21-14 over Tennessee. We'll be back with more from the half in Knoxville in just a moment. And welcome back to Knoxville here at the half. The Vanderbilt Commodores leading this one 21-14, and early in this game it was all about the run. Case and Jackson Garrison for Vandy, Arian Foster for Tennessee. Those two guys getting it done. Jay Cutler hooked up with Marlon White for a couple of TD passes for Vandy, but Tennessee had a big play right at the end of the half. And speaking of big pass plays, let's go to our BC Powder pass play of the week. In last week's thriller in Tuscaloosa, LSU took control of the SEC West and dropped Alabama from the ranks of the undefeated. In OT, the game on the line, Tiger quarterback Jamarcus Russell rolled right, rifled this pass in from 11 yards, found Dwayne Bowe in the end zone to give the Tigers a 3-point win. And that was the pass play of the week presented by BC Powder, the official pain reliever of the SEC. Well, the Tennessee Volunteers looking to relieve some pain for their fans here today. They trail it right now. We'll be back with more from Knoxville in just a moment. It's the Vanderbilt Commodores on top of the Tennessee Volunteers by 7 here at the half in Knoxville. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Neyland Stadium. We are at the half of this great Eastern Division in-state rivalry, and it's time now to take a look at our Advanced Auto Parts drive to the SEC Championship standings. starting in the East, the Georgia Bulldogs sitting on top. And if the Dogs beat Kentucky today, they are in as the Eastern Division champs. Should they lose, though, to Kentucky, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida all tied, and that means the Gamecocks, winners of 5 SEC games for the first time ever, would represent the East in the SEC championship game. As for who they'll be playing from the West, well, Alabama and Auburn are tied for first right now at 6-1. Obviously, that's going to change after the Iron Bowl this afternoon, but the team in the driver's seat is LSU. If the Tigers can win today and win at home against Arkansas next weekend, the Purple and Gold will punch their ticket to Atlanta. Should LSU lose just one of those games, though, the winner of the Iron Bowl would represent the West in the championship. Well, coming up next Saturday, it's our last SEC game of the year as Tennessee heads north to Kentucky to take on the Wildcats. The Vols need to win out to make a bowl, so you know if they can get by Vanderbilt today, that they will be ready to take down the Cats. But Kentucky is looking to finish off the year on a high note, and boy, would they love to beat the Vols in front of their home fans. And don't forget, SEC football today kicks off our day's coverage a half hour before the game. Coming up next week, we'll get together with one of Kentucky's biggest and certainly one of their oldest fans, the legendary Jim Brown. We'll also tell you the story of Mississippi State Center Chris McNeil, who has learned some tough life lessons. Cooper Tires SEC football today at 11 o'clock Central, noon Eastern, followed by Kentucky and Tennessee on your Jefferson Pilot Sports Network station. Well, here in Tennessee, it is Vanderbilt on top right now. We'll be back after a word from your local stations. Boy, Brooks and Dunn have done a great job all season long getting us fired up for some SEC football, haven't they? No surprise to see Kix and Ronnie take home the award for Best Country Duo. Earlier this week at the CMAs, they always put on a great show. And we have had quite a show here today already, haven't we? Tennessee and Vandy battling it out so far. The Commodores on top right now, but we've still got a second half of football to play. But right now, boy, those Vanderbilt Commodores looking good, putting on a show for the Tennessee fans who might not like it that much, but we sure have enjoyed it. And, you know, guys, I'm going to have to talk to you a little bit, throw it to your expert analysis. What do you make of this game so far?
Oh, I like being called an expert, first of all, so thank you very much, Jen. Yeah, Dave, it's been the type of game I think Vanderbilt really likes. Cutler came out throwing, a lot of completions. Tennessee struggled all year offensively, so I'm really not surprised they have struggled again today, but a huge drive for them at the end of the half.
Well, that really set the tone for them, but I think, first of all, I think that Cutler has just come out 200 yards passing in the first half.
Let's take a look at the highlights of this first 30 minutes of play, and a lot of offense.
Well, number 22 is Jackson Garrison, and I'll tell you this, he has put on a show in this first half. He had that catch, then he had this run for a touchdown, and this really started to set the tone. All of a sudden, Vanderbilt realized they could come in and be in it. Foster came back, got a good touchdown run right there. He has been all the offense. Cutler comes back, and I mean, what a catch by Marlon White. That was incredible. Over top, breaks the plane there, gets down. Now he catches that touchdown pass. White has had 2 touchdown passes back-to-back. This one a little bit controversial, but got the foot down. It was reviewed. They said touchdown, and it counted. Then all of a sudden they came back, and right there, Hepney had a chance for the interception to stop that drive. It kept the drive alive, and Tennessee came to Hannon right on the tail end of the play right there, and they made him pay for not getting that interception.
That was a big 4th down conversion to keep that drive going. Let's take a look at our halftime stats presented by Yamaha Motorcycles and ATVs. And I'll tell you what, it's the passing game against the running game.
Absolutely, and I don't think Tennessee really wanted to get in a shootout, but let me tell you, they're in a shootout right now.
All right, so a shootout. Now, Tennessee gets the ball to start the second half, so what do you think? More just grind it out, use a lot of the clock?
Well, you heard Bobby Johnson say that he was going to make some adjustments, I should say. I look for them to try to stop that run, but I think that they've got to come out and just mash them.
And I think as we look at the Toyota keys to the game, you were right on the shot.
Oh, well, I like being right. First of all, we talked about Jackson Garrison. Look at that rushing average. They've gone to him. He got the touchdown run. That actually was a pass out in the flat. Make a stand, no sacks. 4 tackles for a loss, but they've allowed 258 yards in that first half, and that's not good for Tennessee.
thought he would be. A very impressive performance in the first half. We'll find out what unfolds in the second 30 minutes here in Knoxville. 107,487. A quaint gathering here in Knoxville today.
A normal gathering.
Yeah, really. That's pretty much right on the schnoz for their average. Well, we heard from Bobby Johnson at the end of the half as we start the second. Jen's got Phil Fulmer.
Coach, huge drive for your team there at the end of the half. How do you continue to move the ball offensively in the second half like that?
We've got to be able to move the football. The biggest concern I have right now is stopping them. You know, we look like we're glued on the blocks, and Cutler's just throwing it and catching it where they want to. We've got to do a heck of a lot better job of that.
And how about stopping Jackson Garrison for Vandy? He's come in and been able to do a good job running the ball for them.
Yes, he's done a good job, you know, cut back blocks and those kind of things. We're trying to rush the passer. They're running the draw. Do some good things like that. We've got to mix it up a little bit better on defense.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. All right, Bill, I saw Coach getting his team fired up as they ran out here, so the Vols looking to come out with some fire in this second half.
All right, and there is Jackson Garrison on your screen, and we've already chronicled the fact that he grew up here in Knoxville, and here's some of what we saw, Dave, in that first half.
Boy, you talk about speed down the sideline. That was actually considered a pass, screen pass. Then good run right here. Put your head down, get in there, and he scores, and you see the enthusiasm he has. He's made nice cuts back inside, and that's what Philip Fulmer was talking about. The cutbacks have really been hurting Tennessee. They've been overrunning the ball.
And is too much made of adjustments that can be made at halftime by coaches as we take a look at the parents?
Yeah, that's the parents. They adopted him. Before I answer your question, they adopted him. What a wonderful story. Yeah. That is a marvelous story. But, we talk about adjustments. You have got to go to the 4 or 5 plays that hurt you. Now, obviously, Tennessee has run behind. We talked about Toina, and we talked about Cody Douglas. They've run behind him. They've got to make an adjustment there. Can't allow their linebackers to get cut off. In Tennessee, they've got to be able to keep that run up, but they've got to be able to throw the ball with a little bit more authority.
Kickoff deep in the end zone, and Lucas Taylor takes a knee, so Rick Clausen and company will start at their 20-yard line. We mentioned the series, which has been dominated by Tennessee. The last time Vanderbilt won was 1982, and oddly enough, in recent years, they hadn't even scored any points in this stadium the last 2 times they were here. Last time Vandy got on the board was 1999. That's certainly changed today. But we'll see as we get this drive going for Tennessee. We'll see if there's any key adjustments by this Vanderbilt defense after that last good drive by Tennessee to end the second quarter. And here's a handoff to Foster, and they're waiting for him right away. Big hit by Jonathan Goff. Push for about 2. It'll be second down and 8 yards to go. And Goff looked like he was shaken up on the play.
Well, let me tell you what Goff did. That's an adjustment right there. He didn't overplay the play. He's looking for the cutback. He's the middle linebacker. Most times middle linebackers are running hard to the play. He held back. When he saw the cutback, he stepped up in there, and that's his 8th tackle of the game so far. So he's having a big day in the middle.
Awesome, looking at a 5-man front. It's a pitch to Foster, trying to turn the far corner, and does. Breaks 1-2 tackles, and then finally brought down at the 30-yard line. Ohanaja finally got a piece of him.
Yeah, a piece.
Gain of 8.
You got to get more than a piece. This is that misdirection play, and what you do is you toss the ball, and he's naked out there. Foster is. Ohanaja comes up, and he just kind of rolls into the thing and had his head come off almost. That helmet came rolling off. Now, big down right here, 3rd down. Don't get fancy. Give it to your fullback. You've got Foster. He's made a lot of yards for you. Just keep on pounding him.
And again, still just a 4-man Vanderbilt defensive front. Lawson will take it himself and get the first down. However, somebody moved right before the snap.
Yeah.
I thought I saw Commodore jump offside, but I don't know if he was drawn off.
Well, what that is that's that hard count. And Rick Clausen and Philip Fulmer know you come in there, you're a defensive lineman, you got about 200 pounds on your fingertips, you're waiting, in the slightest little hut, boom, you jump off sides into that neutral zone.
Offsides on the defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
That's the kind of things that we talk about Rick Clausen and his leadership. He does those little simple things like that. Hard count comes out, and that's called in the huddle.
There's Bobby Johnson, who was confused in San Francisco one time for being Steve Martin, the comedian. And he went along with it.
Did he get in free?
No. Signed a lot of autographs, took some pictures. Here's Foster, and he was able to find some yards. Another cutback move, a slash to the right, and able to get a few yards. Actually, a real nice game, but it looked like there was going to be absolutely nothing. And let's see, they got this thing spotted at the 39, so pick up a 4, 2nd and 6.
You brought up a good point right there. Langford had him in the hole. Number 33 had him in the hole, and he broke the tackle. And instead of getting stopped on the line of scrimmage, bringing up 2nd down and 9, he brings up 2nd down and 5, 6 in that yardage. So that is a huge key. I really like the running of Foster. He has really picked it up. They lost Gerald Riggs, who was obviously their star.
Lawson will put it up this time. Out to the near sideline, and it's caught. And here's Brown breaking a tackle. Good move, and he's into Vanderbilt territory at the 46-yard line. Goff with the tackle for the Commodores, but a nice gain and a 1st down.
Nice out. Little look down here, and you see Clausen come over to Brown. You want to see a nice little block? Watch the tail end of this, right? Bam! Oh, man. Turning back. That's Justin Reed, number 87. Ouch. This is a good drive. This is typical Rick Clausen, under control. Don't try to force the ball in. Don't make mistakes. Use your talents. Know your abilities.
Clausen again sets up the throw and has plenty of time. Deep downfield, got a receiver. Oh, no. Robert Meacham should have had it. Didn't. Great throw by Clausen.
Oh, and Philip Fulmer just looks down. That ball was laid out there. I want to tell you, this is a 40-yard pass. Look at this ball in the air. Beautiful spiral, and he is right there. Look. Oh my goodness. Look again. Look at this. He's got to just stretch. That ball's not thrown too long. That actually hit his left hand and came back inside. That's a shoulda, woulda, oughta, coulda had it.
Yeah, and here's your guy who's making most of your catches this year. Meacham had 26 coming into this game today. 2nd down and 10 for Tennessee, and a passing down as Clausen will work out of the shotgun formation. But it's a draw. Foster up the middle, trying to bounce outside. Didn't happen.
Now you talk about adjustments. You see a Civicki right there, number 30. He's the one that has to make the adjustments. He stays right in the middle. See him 30 right there. He doesn't go for the fake and overrun it. And look how he steps up in there. And I want to tell you something. When Civicki gets you, he puts the wraps on you. Don't run through tackles. You see how he comes right through that tackle and makes it. He's got to have a big second half. That's where the adjustments are made.
3rd down call here, and it looks like Vandy was coming on a little stunt up the middle. Now they back off.
Now they're going to come back and do it again.
Yep. Good pickup by the offensive line. The throw, it's back in the air, and intercepted. Back upfield is Langford. Down the near sideline, gets a block. Langford to the 30 for the Commodores and out of bounds. And 2 flags are flying on the field at the 40 and 50-yard line, respectively.
Yeah, I think the flags are after their post-interception. But that ball bounced off. The receiver never saw the ball coming. It bounces off him first. Then it bounced off the one defender and into the other hands of the other defender. That ball was tipped about 3 times.
Matt Austin, our referee, with the white cap on, talking things over with some of his crew.
And I like this, Bill. What they do is they turn around and they say, look, everybody stay back. What did you see? I saw this. I saw a block. I saw so-and-so. Now he'll make the call.
We got a holding and a chop block, both against the Commodores, I'm assuming on the return. So Vanderbilt will keep the football. But there's a huge play by Rashard Langford, redshirt freshman. And that is his 3rd interception of the season.
Now tell us they were post-play.
We have 2 fouls on the play, both after the interception. Illegal block below the waist, number 20, that penalty's declined. Holding, number 54 of the return team, that penalty's accepted from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Now watch this ball. The receiver never sees it. See, it bounces off. He actually stumbles. It bounces off. Now it's going to get tipped right there. And heads up play. How about coming for that football? Langford, 33. He just makes a huge play. again. Right in. Oh, see how he stumbled? He never saw the ball. That was Hannon, number 13. I think Goff got a hand on it and went over to Langford.
Cutler wants to throw on his first play of the half, and it's incomplete, almost into the arms of Kevin Simon. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. So a big stop for Vanderbilt on defense. Goff deflects the ball after it hit the Tennessee receiver, and it's picked off and returned actually deep into Tennessee territory, but there was the flag. And is he calling home or ordering some pizza?
No, the coach is saying to him, heads up play. What they do, when you have a ball that's tipped in the secondary, all the defensive backs yell, fire, fire. That lets you know the ball's up in the air. Now, what is Cutler going to do with this opportunity?
He's pretty much had his way against this Tennessee defense so far this afternoon. Jackson Garrison is the tailback in the eye. He's got the football, trying to turn it outside. Good pursuit by that Tennessee defense. Jonathan Wade, number 4, caught him from behind. Now let's do our Chick-fil-A nuggets of today's game. We've talked about this winning streak that Tennessee's had. Longest active streak, second longest, next to the Irish and Navy.
Yeah, that's a little bit longer. What is that, 42? They haven't won since World War II. Big down here, 3rd and 9. See if Cutler can find. He's got trips to the bottom of the screen. You see the 3 wideouts. He's got 1 back blocking. He's got 4 wideouts. Now, Tennessee usually brings pressure in this situation.
They brought it, and he's going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line. Omar Gaither. Gaither with his 3rd sack of the season.
And if John Chaffetz he says, if I'm going to get beat, you're going to make a quick decision, Jay Cutler. So he brings pressure. There's not enough back there to block. Look at the orange shirts compiling in there. 44 is Gaither. Good job right there. They finally get to Jay Cutler. Don't allow him to look downfield. And you see right there when he starts to run around that pocket, he takes his eyes off the ball, looking downfield, I should say.
Heffley lets the punt hit, and he's going to let it go, and Vanderbilt will down and around the 13-yard line. So on the quick turnaround, Tennessee's defense comes out and does a real nice job stopping the Vanderbilt Commodores. So we're still early in the 3rd quarter. Vanderbilt 21, Tennessee 14. Bundled up, staying warm in Knoxville. Glad you're with us. Vandy in Tennessee, and the Volunteers taking over at their 14-yard line. Awesome draw play to Arian Foster, trying to weave through traffic. He's up across the 15 to the 18-yard line. Been a workhorse today. 5 yards that time. The announcers for this game are selected and compensated by Jefferson Pilot Sports. This broadcast is a copyright presentation. Any use of this broadcast without the express permission of the Southeastern Conference and Jefferson Pilot Sports is prohibited.
Yeah, they send me if you try to rebroadcast it. I have to go see them. 68300.
Confiscate the tape.
Don't let fear hold you back.
26 carries, 158 yards for Foster, but Clausen's going to throw. That's almost picked off.
Whew. Man, Ohanajay had that right in his hands. That ball hit in his hands. Good play by the free safety. He's coming across there. He's playing the quarterback. Quarterback does a little naked roll back out to the weak side right here. Heads up play right there, keeping him inside. That's number 43, David Carter. Oh, that ball came close.
So here's a 3rd down where the defensive Bruce Fowler would like to stiffen and get the ball back for Jay Cutler.
Yeah, and he's only got 4 linemen down there, so he's not bringing pressure. I think they're going to drop.
And not thinking run, and we're not going to get one as Clausen sets up, avoids the rush. Scrambling to make something happen and throws downfield and well overthrows the intended receiver. Chris Brown was running down the sidelines, but he never had a chance to get that football, and they're grumbling again in Knoxville as the punt team comes on.
Good pressure over on the left of your screen. See the twist underneath? That's Harrison, number 4, comes up there, and what he does is he flushes the quarterback out of the pocket. You want to get him moving. Clausen doesn't throw as well on the move as he does sitting back there. All of a sudden, Vandy should get good field position there, hopefully at the 50-yard line.
There's Bennett waiting in the weeds.
Boy, that's been a star today, Bennett. Wow.
Well, he hasn't done anything on special teams yet.
Yeah, yet.
Colquitt will punt. And Vandy does set up a return. High floater, good kick. Bennett all the way back at his 33. There's one miss. And a great special teams coverage by Tennessee. Ben Green, his second big special teams tackle. 49 yards on the punt. Vanderbilt football when we return. Well, we had a lot of offense in the first half. So far, no scoring here in the third quarter. Vanderbilt's got the football back at their 29. And Jay Cutler working under center. Giving some heat, avoids it, now sets up and throws it, it's incomplete. We've got our All-Tel sideline report now with Jen Hildreth. And Jen, you're going to tell us about the last tackle. Actually, we have a flag on the play here, so we'll check this out. I thought the last tackle was a movie about the Dave Rose story, but it's got something else to do here in Tennessee. And they're talking things over, and let's see. Now, there was some pressure. I don't know if there might have been a hold there or not in that offensive line, but that's where the flag was dropped.
Well, it's kind of thrown over by the side there. You think something along the line of scrimmage. Cutler's shaking his head, yes.
Yeah, nodding, yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. It's them. It's them. Normally think 2 plays. 6 men on the line.
There's no foul for illegal shift on the play.
And now let's get our All-Tel sideline report from Jen.
Last tackle, Bill. And yes, here at Tennessee, talking about the last tackle, it's a tradition that the Tennessee players do for their seniors every year. It's the last Thursday of the regular season where the seniors will run through a gauntlet of the team and hit a tackling dummy. Well, this week, the players decided to move it up a week early just for Jason Mitchell because this is his last game. He got to do his last tackle a week early. He said, I tried to act all tough like I didn't want to do it, but it really made me feel good and appreciate it, Bill.
Right, thanks, Jen. A short, quick hitter that time by Jackson Garrison for a few yards. That'll set up a 3rd and long. And the reason he's going to be out, he's got the bad knees. He had an ACL injury all year that he's played with.
Can you imagine that? Number 35, Jason Mitchell, has had a torn ACL. Now that's the ligament in the knee that goes forward and back. He's been able to play with it. It's deteriorated down, and he's just finally said, Coach, I've got to have it operated on. It's just he's got too much pain. You see he's standing on the sideline breaking his heart because let me tell you, that young man, he's a senior, and he has played well for Tennessee.
3rd down coming up for the Commodores, and Cutler works out of the shotgun. Little dump-off pass, and that is incomplete. Is that a free ball? No, they're going to say incomplete. Sometimes it could be called a lateral, depending on the angle of the throw, but the officials say incomplete pass. And once again, Tennessee's defense has been able to stop the Vanderbilt offense.
Or if you're Bobby Johnson, you know when you get opportunities, you have got to score. You can't take 21-14 is not going to win this football game. There's going to be more scoring. But credit John Chavis' defense. They stepped up the last 2 series. They've stopped them 3 and out, getting the ball back. They've made good adjustments.
Low liner punt and returnable. And here's Hafney at the 35. He's to the 40. Big hole up the middle to the 50. Can the punter get him? No. To the 30. Breaks the tackle. Finally dragged down inside the 25-yard line. Andrew Pace made the tackle. And the punter who tried to make the tackle, Hanfeld, is in a lot of pain at the 43-yard line. And this looks like it probably be a knee injury, just the way he was turned in the wrong direction.
Boy, tremendous cut right there. There's number 75. Watch him. He's the punter. Look when he, oh, man, you see that leg stretch out of there? Ouch.
Wow. So big return by Tennessee. 34 yards on the punt, but a 43-yard return. And when we come back, Tennessee ball at the Vandy 24. Back after a word from your local station. Special teams always a huge factor, and there's Hanfeld, the punter for Vandy, and they're checking his knee out. That was a real nasty, looked like a nasty injury as he was trying to make a tackle on a punt return. Meanwhile, Tennessee's got the ball, 1st and 10 at the Vandy 24.
Now can you do something about it?
Foster's going to try at the 20. Foster still moving, got a 1st down. at the 13-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Pickup of 11 yards on the play. And we're going to get a look at this injury one more time.
Yeah, watch 75. Look at his left leg. You see his left leg when he tries to cut him back inside. Honfeld tries to make him cut back inside, and that left knee looked like it just gave out on the play. Right here, now watch when he gets here and watch him plant right there. You see that knee? Ugh. Ouch. You see it again. That angle is what happens. He twisted back underneath.
Foster bouncing it out to the right side, turns the corner at the 5, trying to get to that pylon, but no, he's out of bounds, and they're going to spot him at the 5-yard line. So pick up close to 8 yards on the play. It'll be second down, 2 yards to go. As Tennessee starts knocking at that door, they're in the what they call the orange zone, inside the 20-yard line. This was a 21-7 game Vanderbilt until Tennessee scored very late. There you take a look at those numbers in the red zone. Powered by Honda generators for the ultimate tailgating experience.
Yeah, you don't see any field goals there. They don't want a field goal in this situation. And I think if they just keep on pounding it, they won't have a field goal.
Well, quick drop and a throw by Clausen, and a big-time miscommunication there because he was looking in the left corner of the end zone for Jason Swain, and Swain had cut inside.
Nobody, he doesn't throw. This is the timing pattern. And what you do is you 3-step drop, throw it. And you throw it as he breaks, and he breaks inside. And look at this. This is going to nobody. Well, the official got a foot on it.
So now you're faced with a third down for Tennessee. 3 yards to go, just outside the 5-yard line of Vanderbilt.
You know what, if I'm Vanderbilt, I would take a chance here. I'd load that line of scrimmage, and I'd just come after him.
Is it Foster time? And it is up the middle, and he dives and he's down, and I don't know if he got the first down or not.
Well, he had to make the 3. Looks like just a touch inside the 3. Boy, this was close.
McKenzie in on the tackle for Vandy, and they're going to have to bring out the chains to see if he actually made the first down or not.
See, Foster went up and over the top. He gets his legs clipped right there, and you see him come down. Now that ball should be, yeah, they got a good spot. It's right exactly where it should have been, right on the 3-yard line. But you know what? This is 4-down territory. If you're Philip Fulmer, you're not going to get fancy here. You don't. This is not holding to a field goal try.
And here's the measurement, and just a little shy. There you can see our modern technology. In the age of computers and the internet, football still uses 2 sticks and a chain to measure 10 yards.
Well, when you see Tennessee, the players are bouncing in the huddle. The fans are standing up. They got to go for this.
Nothing to lose here. You're down 7. It looks like your defense has found some kind of answers to stop Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they tried a quarterback sneak one time. You remember that didn't get anything. I know what my money would be on. My money's on the fullback, Foster.
He's in the tailback spot, 4th down inches, just outside the 3-yard line. And there is Foster. And I don't know if he got the first down or not. Vandy players are saying no, and it all depends on the spot.
Wow.
And with all those bodies flying around, this is going to be up to the officials, and the linesman was right in there. He's got the ball placed, and they will bring the chains out another time.
Now, Bill, what you try to do on this is try to get penetration if you're the line. You go underneath, penetration, linebackers come over top, and Vanderbilt got great penetration at the point of attack.
Yeah, he didn't get it. That ball's further back than it was before.
Well, I think so. Yeah, look right there. Last time was on the 3-yard line. Guess what?
Yeah,
you're right. How about that?
Wow. Huge stop for the much maligned Vanderbilt defense. Right near the bottom in a number of stats in the conference this year, but that time they come up huge.
Boy, you see it over top. You see that backer come over top. I didn't see which one that was. 40. Now 40, that is Kevin Joyce. He was excited in there. It might have been Osivaji who came over top. That was huge.
So now Jay Cutler is deep in his own territory. There's Osivaji, number 30.
Cutler is fearless down here. He likes to throw the ball out of this situation. He might run it one time, but loves to throw it.
A quarterback keeper, and he took a pop as he took the snap. Omar Gaither, I think, drilled him, number 44. Harrelson lands on top of him.
Man, you're not going to run against that. I'll tell you who I put my money on. You try a quarterback sneak, they got Kevin Simon in the middle. The senior number 2. I want to tell you something. That is a man that will stick you.
Taking a long time here in the huddle.
A lot of noise.
Quick out to Bennett, trying to take it upfield, turns it outside, and he's out of bounds at the 10-yard line. A little more breathing room, chased down by Antoine Stewart. That'll set up a 3rd and 3 yards to go for first down.
This is that little hitch on the line. He goes out to Bennett. Look how clean Bennett catches that ball. We talked about him just being a freshman, and I was down on the sideline talking to Charlie Fisher, their receivers coach, and he said, let me tell you something. He is the real deal. That man, he said, you're going to hear a lot about Earl Bennett for a lot of years. I think that leaves him, well, he's closing in on every record for a freshman. That's obvious.
Cutler will work shotgun. This is a 3rd and 3. Vanderbilt at their own 10-yard line.
A lot of noise down there.
Quick out again to Bennett. Good inside move. He's got the first down and a few more to the 16-yard line. Kevin Simon finally got him. But when in doubt, go to number 10.
Why would you not go to number 10? We talked about that one game last week. 13 receptions, 5 touchdowns. He catches the ball clean. He had 16 receptions in one game this year. I'd go to him too.
Yeah, it was against South Carolina.
Oh man, what a good receiver. We're gonna hear his name for a lot of years. He may have gotten dinged. I looked at that right arm. There's your kicker getting taped up. It's kind of a tough game when your kicker's getting taped up.
You know everybody's giving it their all when the kicker's getting taped up. 1st and 10. Cutler with a little breathing room now. Wants to put it up, and flags fly. Play is blown dead. And that would usually mean somebody flinched in that offensive line.
Well, you're glad they flinched on 1st down and not 3rd down.
Prior to the snap infraction, 78 of the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Snap infraction.
Yeah, that means that you go before the snap. That's Josh Eames. He's just a sophomore. But boy, this is Cutler time. You know, he doesn't get rattled back there. He just sits back there. He's got such confidence in his abilities and talents. Bobby Johnson will tell you, it was so wonderful to have him come back for that senior year.
And the one thing he said about Cutler in assessing him over his years at Vandy was the fact that he hadn't changed. No big ego, just a nice, easygoing kid. Still the same guy he was as a freshman. Little dump off, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Another knockdown. Jason Hall got his hand on that one, and I'll tell you what, it's probably a good thing he did, because Jackson Garrison's got a lot of running room.
Let me tell you right now, if 94 doesn't get his hands up, this is a dump. See right over top, he's going to just give it to him. When Jackson Garrison turned around, he had nobody near him. That ball doesn't, look at the blockers going downfield. Look, you see him down there? Holloway, 77. Oh, man. Heads up play by Jason Hall.
Second down, 15, Commodores. Cutler on a keeper himself. It's a nice block, but too many orange jerseys, and they bring him down at the 15-yard line.
Not sure which one will be going into the game. I'll try to get an update from the trainer.
All right, Cohen's kicked 12 times this year, so it's not something totally new. 3rd down, 11. Quick out to Bennett. This time they stop him. No first down. Good defense by Tennessee. Demetrius Morley was all over number 10.
Boy, and Bennett just keeps on going, Bill. He's quite a star for this Vanderbilt team, number 10.
And Bennett. And there you see 72 receptions this season. New SEC record for a freshman. That was number 72. And Kyle Cowan is on to punt for Vandy. He's averaged about 33 yards a kick. This isn't a bad boot down the middle of the field and returnable. Here's Hafney. And good pursuit by the Commodores. Good special teams coverage. But still, Tennessee has very good field position at the Commodore 45-yard line. Log on to jpsports.com and click on the Regions Bank Road Trip Planner for the quickest routes and all the information you need traveling around the SEC. And that includes next week's game, big one, for Kentucky and Tennessee. Tennessee needs to win today in order to make that game really important because they need to be bowl eligible. Yeah, 2 wins.
What happened to that offensive show we had in the first half?
I have no idea.
We had Cutler with 200 yards and Tennessee running the ball with 150. And golly, and now all of a sudden we're just shutting them down. Got a flag.
Yep, Foster breaking tackle after tackle, but a penalty flag has been thrown, and it might be on C.J. Phaeton, number 17.
That's exactly what it was. C.J. Phaeton is a wide receiver, number 17. He got out there, and he grabbed him, just trying to hold that block and sustain that block. You know, wide receivers, they really don't block you. They just kind of get in the way.
Holding on the offense, number 17. It's 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Still first down.
And Jen tells us now that Hanfeld, the kicker, a starting kicker for Vandy, will not return to this game. Left knee sprain is what they're calling right now.
And that's the tough leg because that's the plant leg for the punter. He's a right-footed kicker, so that's his plant leg, so cannot return.
And I've seen this long enough that sprain could be the initial diagnosis, and then they get that MRI done.
Yeah.
They're calling it a sprain right now. But Clausen wants to throw a little swing out to the far sideline, and it's caught. And breaking the tackle at the 50. Nice move by Arian Foster. Made something out of basically nothing there, and Langford finally forced him out of bounds as they get back into Vandy territory at the 48.
Now, you don't want to give this ball up if you're Tennessee. You've gotten good field position. You had great field position the last series, came away with nothing. For Philip Fulmer and his crew, they want to drive this ball, take the rest of this quarter, 2:27 off into the fourth quarter. Don't give Vanderbilt an opportunity.
Swain to the bottom of your screen. That's Meacham at the top. Those are the wideouts. As Clausen drops to throw, another swing. Foster at midfield. It's by a tackler. Good move, 40. Back inside 30. And Foster has taken Tennessee's offense to the 22-yard line of Vanderbilt. Sevigi finally got him down. 26 yards.
And you talk about a key missed tackle right here. Watch when Foster comes out. It's a little dump out. No yardage. Dumps right there. Now watch this plant right there. He just locks Kevin Joyce, number 40, locks his feet down, and Joyce doesn't get there. See him come up right there, and look at, he just uses that speed to get around Kevin Joyce.
Ball's at the 21-yard line. First down and 10, Tennessee. Foster up the middle, breaks a tackle, and then is tackled from behind and pounded forward down to the 15-yard line. David Carter makes the tackle. Defense trying to hold on. This fall, watch for the Geico College Football Campus Tour, a season-long traveling exhibit celebrating the 10 greatest quarterbacks of all time. Go to jpsports.com for more information and to find out when Geico will be visiting a college campus near you. At the 10, this is not Foster, down to the 5-yard line. This is Corey Anderson giving Foster a breather, and he gives Tennessee a first and goal at the 5-yard line.
Well, look at the size of number 45. They list him at 6'3", about 275 pounds, and he is a load when he gets in there. He just runs through tackles. Bahanaja comes up, he's 190.
Well, Tennessee's been here before, not long ago.
Yeah, and Philip Fulmer knows it. They came away with nothing last series. They've got to score in this situation. You've got to score when you get the opportunities.
Anderson up the middle again. This time he's greeted at the line of scrimmage. Big hit by the Vandy defense. Lamar Divins, number 98, said nothing doing this time.
Boy, Divins, 98, just sticks him in a hole. He's just a freshman. Look at him step up right there. You see how that, and he doesn't allow him to fall forward. That's a heads-up play by the sophomore. Right there, you see that? It's called yards after contact. You don't allow him to fall forward.
Check this SEC scoreboard. So any hopes of South Carolina winning a division title No, not happening.
Not happening.
Oh, that should still be a dandy game in Columbia tonight. That's Clemson. Handoff, right side, and down to the 1-yard line as Arian Foster's back in the ball game. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
I want to tell you something. 72 and 70. Douglas and Toina. They've used the offside pull with Rob Smith coming through. I mean to tell you, they have run behind them all day long.
Well, we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. No scoring in it, but certainly a lot of action. When we come back, the drama continues in Knoxville. Vanderbilt on top of Tennessee, 21-14. Welcome back to Knoxville. We're getting ready to start the 4th quarter with Vanderbilt holding on to a 21-14 lead, but Tennessee, as the team switched sides all the way down to the 1-yard line with his 3rd down and goal. And they start him early here, wearing that orange and white.
Nothing fancy. Fullback, follow him.
Foster's got the football over the top into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Freshman from San Diego, California, who had his 4th 100-yard-plus rushing day today, and he gets 1 more to the total.
Boy, did a nice job getting elevation. That last time, you remember when he got stopped on the 3-yard line, Bill, he didn't get that elevation. That time he gets the elevation and rolls over top. We talk about extra points not being important. This one is important.
Wilhoit will try the extra point. This is to tie our football game. And we are now dead even. 4 seconds into the 3rd quarter for Arian Foster, his 2nd touchdown run today, and he has 5 this year. The big question is, when we come back, can Jay Cutler get it going for the Vanderbilt offense? We'll find out. We're back in Knoxville, the SEC All-Tell game of the week, and we're all even, 21 apiece. Wilhoit will kick off for Tennessee. At one point in this game in the 2nd quarter, the Volunteers trailed Vanderbilt 21-7. They battled back to tie it up. And a little confusion in the end zone, and it bounces off. Jackson Garrison recovered by Earl Bennett, but there you got 2 guys back there and a huge mistake on special teams.
Yeah, you've got to call. One of them has got to call the other one off. Now watch right there. You see how they bump into each other? I don't know who calls who off, but there's one primary receiver, whether it's Bennett or it's Jackson Garrison. One of them made a mistake right there.
So once again, Jay Cutler stuck deep in his own territory. The last drive for Vanderbilt started at their own 3. They got 1 first down before they had to punt. Now they're starting at their 5-yard line. Jackson Garrison, the lone running back for Cutler. He's got the football. Spins away from the tackler. Tries to turn it outside and does. Good move to the 10 and out of bounds about a yard shy of a first down up at the 14-yard line. Boy, he made something out of nothing right there.
What a spin. I want to tell you something. George Smith, the wide receiver, almost gets a clip right here. Look at that spin away from Harrelson. And right in there, you see number 88 come in there? Fortunately, George Smith did not get the clip. Right there, look at that move right there. Now watch right here. You see down the bottom of your screen? Little hand in the back, but he doesn't clip him. That was huge.
2nd down, less than a yard. Cutler in the 3rd quarter, 3 of 7, 14 yards.
That's the same guy who had 200 in the first half.
Running play, first down by Jackson Garrison. And let's take a look at our stats through 3 quarters presented by McDonald's Quarter Pounder. And again, it continues to be good passing by Vanderbilt, although not much in the 3rd quarter. All those numbers, Dave, came in the first half, and Tennessee been able to still run that ball.
Yeah, when you look at time of possession, total yards, you talked about passing and running. No wonder we have a 21-21 game. One team's playing well on defense, on offense with their running game. One team's playing well on the passing game. But right now they're saying, Jay Cutler, if you ever want to stand up now.
Play action, wants to throw, and it's dumped off, and a quick hitter to Marlon White at the 21-yard line. Gain of just 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 7 for Vanderbilt.
This is what Jay Cutler does so well. That little three-step drop, look, find his wide receiver, drill it to him. You see that C he has on his chest? He's the captain. He's the leader. As he goes, so goes his Vanderbilt team.
I'm looking over the sideline. Oh, come on, give me the play, guys.
Yeah, they send in a number, and then he looks down on his hit chart on his arm and calls it. A lot of concern there on Bobby Johnson. He knows that they have got to drive this ball out. Can't give it back up right away.
That's 6 guys up at the defensive line. They rush 5. They stun. It's picked up. Now Cutler's got to float it. Oh, what a catch! Oh, my goodness, what a throw to Earl Bennett. Great concentration by the freshman receiver to haul it in. 11 yards and a first down.
Falling backwards, Cutler throws this ball, and watch this. He's got pressure from the backside. Look right here. Falling backwards, and look how he lays it over top of the receiver. Oh, that is incredible. Jason Hall is right down him. 94 is coming on him right now, and he just dumps it over Mitchell and for the completion to Bennett. Gosh.
And give Bennett credit for just maintaining that concentration.
Oh, man, does that get you out of trouble?
Cutler sizing up that defense. Looks like he's changing his call at the line. 1st and 10 Vanderbilt at their own 31-yard line. Option play and a pitch to Jackson Garrison. He's not going anywhere. Great read by the Tennessee defense, including Omar Gaither, number 44.
Yeah, they practiced this option. We haven't seen this option in this part of the game. What it is, it's going down the line. You'll see him go down the line. Now he reads the backer. Right there, he has to toss it. And look at Omar Gaither right out there. When Gaither puts those hands on you, number 44, and he's playing banged up, you go down. These seniors, linebackers, Mitchell, Simon, and Gaither, they play strong football. A lot of orange shirts getting to the ball.
Cutler doing a little groundskeeping there as he brings his team to the line, and he's faced with a 2nd down and 14.
Well, he needs a big one right in here. Doesn't need it all, but he needs a big one.
That's a quick hitter up the middle to Jackson Garrison, and he finds some running room up across the 30, then 32. They're still setting up a 3rd and long here. Gain of 4. McBride in on the tackle for Tennessee, and you can see the clock, the score, and every possession is huge right now.
Earl Bennett.
Yeah, well, what's he done today?
Yeah. Boy. This is that little catch underneath where he picked up the first down. This is the record-breaking one, I think, right there. It was the earlier one. That's the one he just laid over top of his head. You know what? I don't think any of the Vandy fans would hate to see him get thrown it right now.
Yeah, he's right down at the bottom of your screen. Last guy there. Heat coming on Cutler. They sacked him. Ball came loose at the 20. So Tennessee comes up with a huge stop. Jonathan Wade and Omar Gaither on the blitz. Loss of 11 on the play, and it is 4th down.
Well, John Chavis, the defensive coordinator, said, we're going to come with pressure. Gaither from the outside, Jonathan Wade from the inside, and they get him. They're not going to let Jay Cutler. And boy, have they made some adjustments on defense in the 2nd half to stop that onslaught by Jay Cutler.
Kyle Cowan on for his 2nd punt of the game. Good snap. Gets it away. It's a line drive kick. And here's Hefney back at the 40-yard line. Breaks the tackle again. He's to the 50, at the 45, still going, and finally carries 3 Vanderbilt tacklers all the way to the 36-yard line. Jonathan Hefney with a nice return. Rashard Langford finally in on the tackle. So Tennessee again with huge field position when we come back. Tennessee in a tie game with Vanderbilt. Again, great field position to start a drive at the Vanderbilt 37 this time. Foster's got the football. Who else? Up the middle. Big hole at the 30. He's to the 20 and a first down for Tennessee. Ohanaja finally makes the tackle. That's 17 yards.
Foster has been a workhorse. This is his 34th carry in this football game. Look at this. Puts the ball down. He controls that ball. Finds the little seam. They're controlling. His big offensive linemen are controlling the line of scrimmage. No wonder he's got 34 carries. Gosh.
Put him over 200. Over 200 yards now. Foster with a pump fake. Floats it. And Swain cannot catch the football. They tried. They've been trying for a while to hook up with Jason Swain.
And I wonder why. I mean, why? Talk about a day. Arian Foster's had a day. Big man breaking through there. Now we're looking at a freshman. I mean, we're talking about a freshman. Good cut right there. See the acceleration. He's got good ball control. Look how he controls the ball over top of the pile. They have not stopped him today. 6.1 yards per carry. That's not bad. I don't think I'd give it to anybody else.
Well, there he goes again, trying to sweep the right side. He's following his blockers, and he's down to about the 15-yard line. 5 more yards.
I want to tell you how many runs. That's a lot of runs. I mean, you're talking about, he is the offense. He is basically the offense. They haven't done anything passing the ball.
What is that, 36th carry? Something like that.
He's amazing.
How many carries does he have? 35? 35 carries for 211 yards. We check the Hummer scoreboard.
All of a sudden, Vandy's in that 30 defense with just 3 down linemen. You're not going to stop it, but it's 3rd down and 8. So what they're doing is they're dropping 8, going to rush 3. Oh, and they get a delay of the game, maybe?
Oh, maybe Phil Fulmer called a timeout.
He might have.
I think so. Somebody called timeout over there. So Fulmer will talk things over as he brings Rick Clausen to the sideline. And a huge 3rd down coming up for Tennessee. We're in a tie ball game as the plot thickens in Knoxville. Back in Knoxville, where Bobby Johnson's team, his defense better stiffen here. It's 3rd down coming up for Tennessee in a tie game. It was 3rd down, 7 to go at the 17-yard line.
He's got 3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top.
And Clausen sets up the throw, fires near sideline. The ball is caught by Swain at the 10, and he's tackled and stopped there. And he's going to be shy of the 1st down by about a yard. Langford makes a big hit, big coverage stop by the Vandy defense.
Boy, this is a good stick out in the open field to make a tackle like this. Good heads-up catch right here. Now, all you got to get to the 10-yard line. Watch right here. Kind of good tackle there. Number 33 comes in there, sticks him. They keep him short. Now, what do? Man, I think you got to kick a field goal in this situation. You want points. You've already been stopped at one time on the 3-yard line.
Well, did generate some kind of points in the red zone. Here's Wilhoit. Those are his numbers for this season. This is a 29-yard attempt. And this is up, and it is good. Just inside that right upright. So the long battle back for Tennessee. They were down 21-7 in the 2nd quarter, and now Philip Fulmer, applause all around as this team has taken the lead 24-21 over Vanderbilt. 8:25 to go in the 4th. Back in Knoxville, where that field goal has given Tennessee their lead, 24-21. That successful drive means another $500 to the SEC's Education Initiative. Courtesy of Safe Auto Insurance Company, call 1-800-SAFE-AUTO, and you too can be a successful driver. Wilhoit kicking off for the Volunteers. And this is not going to be returnable. Bennett lets it hit in the end zone and goes through the end zone. So believe it or not, Jay Cutler will be happy to start a drive at the 20. Yeah. Dreaming of a new plasma TV, gaming system, or laptop computer? How about $1 million? Bell South giving one lucky fan the chance to win it all during halftime at this year's Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Log on to BellSouthSports.com to enter the 2005 Bell South Kick for $1 Million sweepstakes. And you can win an extreme bundle of home entertainment equipment and a cool $1 million. I think you might be on a roll with some of that competition. That guy at Clemson, at Myrtle Beach, threw a pass through a hole about the size of a glass. To win $1 million. Here's Cutler, needs to pick it up, throwing the football, and a toss, and is it a catch? They're saying yes by George Smith.
Yeah, 2 officials came running in and said right there, well, that was a good look right there. Now, see if they go into that hurry-up offense. Right there, you've got to keep the ball, got to get those hands underneath it. Don't bobble it. He throws it on a rope blow. Hands are in. Oh, yeah, that's catch. That's catch all the way. Now they do that hurry-up offense where they don't allow the defense to make changes.
Well, they might be looking at this.
Yeah, they might be.
There was a little bobble there near the end.
Well, understand.
I think it's got to be, again, this evidence thing where what kind of camera angle we can give these guys.
Well, watch the bobble. You did say there was a bobble, and there was. You don't really see it from that angle as much, but hands.
No, see, hands are under the ball.
Yeah, I see the ball. The hands are underneath the football. A little bit better from this angle right here. Now watch. He's got the ball. Clearly, it's off the ground, so it's not a trap in. Little bobble right there.
Right, but the hands are underneath, it looks like.
That's what I think. I think the hands came down underneath it. But I think that one stands. I really do. There we see the instant replay booth. They review every play, and coaches got to like that. Maybe you talk to Philip Fulmer, you ask him.
Well, yeah, because there is some question out there whether they're going to give coaches some challenges, and I don't know how that would work. If you're going to review every play, why would you need a challenge?
Why would you need a challenge?
But there have been times where, you know, you're looking upstairs going, come on, look at it again.
The field stands. It's a completed pass. Second down.
Now, what that did, though, is give this Tennessee defense, okay, we're thinking they're going to be going no huddle, so we better adjust.
Yeah. And Cutler is very dangerous, no huddle. Calls the play on the line of scrimmage. You'll see him shout it out. He's got 4 wide outs. He's got a lot of time. He's got almost 8 minutes left. 7:46.
Running play. Jackson Garrison tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Great defensive play by Paris Harrelson.
Oh, Harrelson plays this really well. He gives away a lot of pounds, but he makes it up in speed and agility. 98, bottom of your screen. See him lock up right there, then dive through. Gets those hands, pulls the feet out from underneath you. Good move to get underneath there. See how he plays off his blocker? That is a good play.
So now a 3rd down conversion needed by Vanderbilt to keep this drive going.
Comes pressure.
There's the throw, there's the catch, and that should be a 1st down. Nice grab, and then Marlon White, Yeoman's worked to hold on to it because he was popped right away by Antoine Stewart, but that will be a 1st down.
And give Marlon White a lot of credit because he knew what the 1st down marker was.
Yep.
He barely made it, but he made it. Again, he had to get to the 30-yard line. You see the ball thrown. It's above the 30. When he gets stuck right there, he comes back. But it's the forward progress of the ball. 1st down, they move the chains. John Chavis is saying we need to get pressure on him. See if Tennessee doesn't slow. They caught him standing up.
Cutler throws near side. Oh, Bennett breaks away at the 40 and out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Well, that's the first time Earl Bennett has been involved in anything in the last few series and is a dangerous receiver.
Boy, this was a defensive back going for an interception. That might have been Stewart going for the interception right there, and he doesn't get it. And Bennett just looks that ball in. Great concentration. Again, look at the rope he throws it on. See how quickly the ball gets to the wide receivers? Receivers really like that. Get the ball to me really quick. John Chavis, I keep on thinking he's going to bring pressure. He's got people moving all down. He's got 1 down lineman. Look right here. 1 down lineman in the middle. Everybody else is standing up, and they're coming.
Cutler's got time over the middle. It goes, and it's Bennett again. Breaks 1, 2, 3. Tackles and then takes the ball very close to a 1st down in Tennessee territory. I think they're going to mark him at the 49-yard line. What great moves. Cutler looked like he was going to take off on a draw, but there was nothing to run to. There was no hole up the middle. Good pressure by Jason Hall, and it's going to be 3rd down. And let's see, they're spotting this way back at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, he actually lost about 3 yards on the play. You see him, he was waving there to Bennett, looking at Bennett, and it looked as if he told Bennett to do a cross pattern, come across on a post pattern in that center little 8, 10, 12 yards. See if he goes to Bennett.
3rd down and 5 for Vanderbilt. Blitz over the middle. Bennett's got it at the 50, but he's short of the 1st down. So now what'll Bobby Johnson do? Do you punt?
5:27 left. I don't think you punt. I think you got Jay Cutler out there. You're saying, hey, let's just go for it. I don't know. A lot of players coming in.
Yep.
Maybe he's thinking with 5:20 that he can punt them deep and hold them. Boy, this would have been this would have taken a lot of guts to go for it. Wow.
Hefney is back deep eventually. Here's take a look at our Hummer scoreboard, and you can see that big battle every year, Ohio State and Michigan. Tight in the 3rd quarter. And look at Syracuse.
We have a sideline warning on the Tennessee bench. They're first of the game.
So a flag on the play, sideline warning.
Heck, if I was Tennessee, I'd want to be up on that sideline too. My goodness, this is an exciting game. I'm glad that's just a warning. You know, I mean, it's such a crucial penalty. It would have been first down had it been marked off. But
Count will punt. Gets it away, floater.
You got a good one.
We're back at the 9-yard line. And taking it up to the 15 is Jonathan Hefney. So now it'll be up to this Vanderbilt defense to make a stop. The SEC championship game is 2 weeks away, and like the past 2 years, we'll be there to bring you a preview of the big game. SEC Championship Saturday presented by Chick-fil-A will air live at noon on Saturday, December 3rd from SEC Fanfare at the World Congress Center. Check local listings for the station in your area. Dave Neal, Dave Baker, and my partner Dave Rowe will be hosting the show. So you're in Atlanta. I know who he is. I pointed his name. Plan on visiting Fanfare and enjoy watching our special. Have fun at all the interactive games. 41-yard punt, 6-yard return.
And Vandy has all 3 timeouts, Bill. That should be really important. They can stop the clock.
Running play, and tell you what, it'll be tough to stop Arian Foster if he's going to get you 5-6 a pop like he's been most of the game. Langford in on the tackle there as he takes it up to the 20.
Boy, and that's really great for Tennessee because they picked up 5 yards on first down. Now, second down and 5. They have 2 downs to get 5 yards. Nobody's been able to stop Foster all day. And look at there, Vanderbilt does not use a timeout in that situation. Had they held him to maybe 1 or 2, they might have used it.
Well, if I'm Bruce Fowler, the defensive coordinator, I'm thinking run. I'm jamming that. I got 8, 9 guys at the line of scrimmage.
Exactly. I'd take a chance. You got to stop the run first. For Tennessee, just keep on pumping it.
There's Foster again, caught from behind.
Now, maybe you use the timeout now, save a little bit of time on the clock.
It was Kevin Joyce who knifed in there from outside.
Well, they're not. They're saving those timeouts.
Shoot. Oh, here you go. Here, you got to make a big stop now. 3rd down 4, and that, of course, that's Joyce there, and he was the guy who made the tackle that time. Come from the backside.
And this is surprising me. They stopped the play with about 3:54, 3:55. They made the tackle. They could have stopped the clock there. Now it's down under 3:27, 3:26, and clicking.
Shotgun formation. That was Swain in motion. Running play. Foster trying to turn it outside. Did he get the corner? Dives. Does he have the first down?
Wow.
Gets to the 25-yard line. And Philip Fulmer says, hey.
Bobby Johnson is about 10 yards out on the field.
Yeah, Bobby Johnson's about 10 yards in.
Yeah, heads up play right here. Now, does he stretch and get it? Oh, man. The official might say he's out of bounds.
Yeah, right there. See the foot?
Yes, exactly. He saw the foot come out there. He stretched the ball out to the marker. But Bobby Johnson went running out there. I thought he was going back in.
And, you know, he hit the marker when he was out of bounds.
Yeah.
It's one thing to dive at an angle, but it is 4th down, so Vanderbilt does it.
Boy, look at Bobby Johnson. I mean, he is ticked. He's an old defensive player, you know. Look at that. He's giving that official an earful. All right, now you're going to get the position. You're going to get the ball back. 3 minutes left. If everything goes well, you've got a good return man back there. You've got to use your timeouts, get good field position.
Colquitt's kick is a nice one. Fair catch made by Bennett. Well, we had blockers, and they don't know he made the fair catch, so body's still flying all over the place. But Vanderbilt will start at their 38-yard lines. Log on to jpsports.com and click on the Regions Bank Road Trip Planner for the quickest routes and all the information you need traveling around the SEC. And there's the game next week. Dave will be back with Dave in the booth, and the other Dave, right?
Absolutely. Well, this is Jay Cutler time. This is prime time for Jay Cutler. Can he do it? He's waited 4 years to try to beat Tennessee. He's never had an opportunity like this to beat them.
Starting at their 38. Good protection, throws over the middle. Oh, and it's just short. Intended receiver was Marlon White, and almost getting to the ball was Earl Bennett, but it fell to the turf, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
This is a dangerous throw. You see he's looking off here to the right. Last second he comes back across the middle, and that ball's up in the air right there. That is a dangerous throw.
Bobby Johnson has all of his timeouts. trailing by 3. 2nd and 10 at their 38.
Now, can you find George Smith? How about Marlon White?
They threw into very good coverage. They only rushed 3, did Tennessee, and great coverage. Johnson, one of the 2 volunteers, all over Earl Bennett.
Well, for John Chavis, good decision that time. Rush 3, drop 8, play that little slant. That's what Cutler has taken advantage of. Remember, he had 200 yards in the first half, 64 in the second half. Philip Fulmer saying, get a rush. This is the whole season coming down to these next 2 downs.
3rd and 10. Let's see if they bring some heat this time. They only rushed 3 on the last play.
That 3 is a 30 defense. They got 2 outside linebackers standing up.
Crowd's rocking here in Knoxville. Cutler looking, nobody there, spun around and sacked at the 31-yard line. Justin Harrell.
Justin Harrell, 92, would not be denied. He flew in there like you cannot believe. I mean, just ripping in there. We're talking about 3 down linemen rushing. Look at this. You can't do this. Look him in the middle. He's just shoving them away. Good night. He went over top of Trey Holloway, 77, just pushed him all the way back in there and collapsed the pocket all by himself.
Tennessee has called a timeout. 2 minutes, 22 seconds to go. Tennessee leading by 3 here in Knoxville. 24-21, Phil Fulmer's team has taken the lead here in the 4th quarter, and now Vanderbilt forced to punt. Cowan gets it away. Another nice kick. Boy, he's done a nice job. Here's a fair catch called for and made by So now it's going to be up. We know what's going to happen here, Dave. It's going to be a lot of running by Tennessee, and Vandy needs to make a stop, and they'll have to use their timeouts.
Yeah, they have their 3 timeouts. They need to make a stop. They can't allow a first down. They allow a first down, and it's all over. So they've got to come up and crowd the football. You've got a great running back there who's had a super day today in Arian Foster. And interesting, Bill, as we were in the break there, the field goal kicker for Vanderbilt, I think, is Hanfeld. Isn't he hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of pressure right there on Bobby Johnson.
That was a 53-yard punt, by the way, by Cowan, who's filling in after the injury. All right, here we go. Up the middle, tripped and dropped is Arian Foster.
All right, there's the first timeout. Yep. Stopped them quick. Got a good stop.
Timeout Vanderbilt. Their first time out of the half.
And only about 11 seconds came off the clock.
The Alltel SEC Game of the Week has been brought to you by Alltel, by Crystal, by Hummer, by Geico, by Bell South, and by Chick-fil-A.
And there's Hanfeld, Brian Hanfeld, who is the punter and also does place kicking for Vandy, and he's out for this game. Sprained knee is the official word.
Boy, and how would you like to be Patrick Johnson, number 38? He's the backup. He's saying, I want a touchdown.
And there he is. As usual, no one's talking to him.
No, you don't talk to the kickers. They're a strange breed. I didn't mean that to you, Patrick. Mom and Dad will write me a letter.
And longest, yeah.
He's got some experience out there, 44. They're going to have to get the ball back, though. Their defense needs to make a stop. Tennessee, all you need is 1 first down.
Arian Foster is the tailback. With 2 tight end formation. 6 men at the line for Vandy, and he's trying to turn it outside. There's the cutback, but he gets a yard or 2 up to about the 32-yard line. That'll set up a 3rd down. And again, Vanderbilt will utilize the second of their 3 timeouts and stopping the clock with 2:05 to go. You know what, Dave, I really do have to give credit. Here's a Vanderbilt defense that in the last 5 games given up an average of 40 points a game. And they had a great first half. There was that long drive that Tennessee had, which got them back in the game. But I mean, they've been put in some tough spots here in the second half, and they've held up.
Well, that's what it is with the rivalry. I don't care what records are. This is Vanderbilt and Tennessee has dominated. We've talked about how they've dominated this series. But a lot of these kids, just for example, the kid from the Case and Jackson Garrison, he's from right here in town. I mean, he grew up. And a lot of them are from Tennessee. A lot of them they know each other. They've gone to high school together. Jay Cutler on the phone. He's calling up saying, okay, Coach, what do you think?
Either that or is my Senior Bowl invitation in the mail?
You know what? Is that Moses Asifigi?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
he's
man.
On the play.
Oh, if he's the injured one. Oh, man, I hate to see that. 13 tackles today. Asifigi, I'm telling you, this is a young man that just plays with his heart.
And once again, the parents of Garrison Jackson. And that 22, that's Dad.
Yeah, that's proud Dad. Mom's standing right there. That young man, we've watched him for his 3 years, and gosh.
So Langford who was down. Richard.
Oh, it was Langford.
Were they both down? They were both down.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, they switched. I saw 30. There's Asifigi, and he's walking. He's not walking too bad. That looks good.
Langford, meanwhile, was hopping around. It didn't look like he was in pretty good pain.
Oh boy, that's a crunch right there. That's Langford. That's where he got hurt. Got a helmet to the knee. Good to see him. I've enjoyed watching that young man play. Hey, just get taped up and let's go back. Quickly tape over top of the shoe. See if they can get him back in. Philip Fulmer's got some concern. 3rd down and 6. Your passing game is not moving the football. This is a lot to ask for a running back to come up with 6 yards. You know that Vandy is going to stack the line of scrimmage. Yeah, they're going to come up.
There's no question, way, shape, or form that if I'm Philip Fulmer and I'm calling the plays now, I'm throwing a pass here.
You talk about contact, watch this. This is contact. You just throw yourself. Oh, look at that hit. Wow. Both of them were down. That's where Asifigi got hurt, and Langford. Look at that look on Philip Fulmer. He said, I've been here before. This is a tough place.
Arian Foster's already carried the ball 40 times today for Tennessee. The single game record for attempts by a running back in a game is 41. I'm thinking he's tying it on this play.
I know what I'd do. I sure would give it to him. 40 carries.
He was even clapping back there going, okay, give me the ball. Just a 4-man front for Vandy. 3rd down, the Vandy defense needs to stop. Oh, and they run the reverse, trying to turn the corner, and it's not going to work. Great defense by Vanderbilt. Hurdley Harrison read it beautifully. They ran Taylor on the reverse, and a good stop. And they'll use their final timeout.
You see Harrison 4 there, Hurdley Harrison. He's actually was a linebacker that got moved into that defensive end position. He played like a linebacker on this one. He's coming down the line. He sees the reverse. He sees it off. Now he runs straight down the line, and look at that closing speed. Heads up play.
All right, so the final timeout has been used. So Vandy's out of timeouts. Of course, the clock will stop if Vandy can generate first downs. But they've been hard to come by in the second half. And what a job John Chavis has done. We talked briefly about adjustments at halftime. I don't know what he did. Well, one thing we've noticed is the pressure. They're getting a lot more pressure on Cutler, but they've done a great job of shutting down this passing game.
Yeah, you saw Bobby Johnson as we look at John Chavis.
There he is, good defense, and Dave, here's how we got here today. It was all Vandy early.
Yeah, it was. Jumped out to that big lead. We saw that one. Then we saw Jackson Garrison move to the outside. Then all of a sudden, back came Tennessee, and they roared back. Cutler, this was quite a catch right there. That was George Smith catch. They come back. George Smith makes the touchdown. They go up 21-7. And then all of a sudden, Vandy just started that drive, and they just started clicking and getting back. This was the drive that got them back in the football game.
Colquitt will punt. It's a good one. Vanderbilt setting up a return. Oh, it's not a good kick off the side of his foot, but it takes a Tennessee bounce at the 40 all the way back to the 30-yard line. And there is also a flag down at the 40.
And that ball rolled on the ground over 15 yards.
It turned out to be a 39-yard punt.
Wow.
So let's see what the holding call against Vanderbilt.
Now that's post, so it's going to be marked off.
And Bobby Johnson's hot on this one.
During the kick, holding 69 to the receiving team. It's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First out.
And Bobby, look at him. You think there's not a little bit of fire in that old player? These kids who come out there and they played their heart out.
Hey, let's go back downstairs to Jen with another injury update.
Yeah, Bill, quick note from the Vanderbilt sideline. Rashard Langford, number 33, has an ankle sprain. He's been limping around over here on the sidelines. There is a chance he could go back in if need be. Moses Osiviji just shaken up a little bit. He should be okay. And I knew I wouldn't get to make it through this game, guys, without saying Osiviji, so I'm very proud of myself. I hope I got it right, by the way.
She passed the test.
All right, good.
Way to go, Jen.
So now they, no, what are they discussing here?
Well, I want to tell you something. Bobby Johnson's about 10 yards out on the field, and he is ill.
Now they're saying the hold was against Tennessee?
Wow. Wait a minute. You don't hold when you're on the coverage team. Well, and credit the officials. They're explaining it. Oh, you know what? And if this is a hold, I think he wants him to re-kick it.
Yeah.
You've got field position. I mean, you're on the 30-yard line, but if you can take them back.
Holding on the kicking team, number 69. That's a 10-yard penalty being forced from the previous spot. Repeat, fourth out.
And this is interesting because Colquitt did not get a good kick. No. You think right away, you think they're going to come and try to block it, but maybe they're thinking that if they can get Bennett back there, they can get him a little bit of room. And you know Tennessee's going to go into a max protection. If they can get Bennett free, they think that they can maybe get that ball up to midfield. Bennett standing on the 40-yard line. Let's see how much this penalty max. Vanderbilt was going to have the ball on the 30. Let's see where this penalty, how you mark off this penalty. You mark it off by the number of yards in return.
And still some discussion by the officials, I guess, of where this ball is going to be spotted. And now they're going to mark it off back to the 21-yard line.
And I have to tell you, Colquitt is quite a name here in Vanderbilt with punting. If he ever wanted to get a good one, this is his time to get a good one.
So 1:47, there's the time remaining. Tennessee by 3. Colquitt standing at about his 7-yard line.
Now they double block on both the outside downmen, the streakers down, going down inside.
Yeah, they are setting up a return. Nice kick. Well, he called a fair catch at the 37-yard line. So a gain of 7 yards after the penalty. And the way things have been going for Jay Cutler in the second half, he'll take those 7.
Yeah.
42-yard punt.
Interesting. Took about 8 or 9 seconds or 10 seconds off the clock. I wonder whether the 7 yards was worth 10 seconds.
Tennessee, that's an incredible number there. Cutler had 2, and you thought at the half, well, that record was going to go down by the wayside.
Well, I'll tell you this. We're going to see if he has 300 yards real soon. All right. Yep, we're ready.
Here we go. Fans here on their feet. Cutler back to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught, and it's Bennett, and he's got a first down at the Tennessee 48. That'll stop the clock because it is a first down. Johnson on the tackle.
Move the chains. Well, until they move the chains, you see them calling the call right up there. There's Bennett sitting there. He's looking out at Cutler saying, okay, what do you want me to run? Cutler gives him a little handshake. Now they know the play. Clock starts. Comes pressure.
Blitz coming. He floats it up downfield for Bennett. Caught it! Oh, what a great catch by Bennett. And it'll be Vanderbilt ball at the 17 of Tennessee.
Did you believe what Jay Cutler just did there? He laid the ball over top. He was under pressure, and look at that pass. You just cannot throw that. Cutler sitting back there. Here comes Tennessee's pressure, and look at that. He lays the ball up. He doesn't even see the tail end, and it's a marvelous pass.
31-yard hookup, and all of a sudden they're in the red zone of Tennessee. 17-yard line, 1st and 10.
A lot of time left, minute 20 left.
Looking at Bennett again. There's the toss, and he's being held up. Where's the flag? And there it is. There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he was literally being held up at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, both flags come out. And Bennett turned around and looked at the official and said, hey, wait a minute, what's going on here?
The one guy couldn't get it out of his back pocket.
Yeah, watch Bennett. Bottom of your screen, he goes on a pattern down there. Let's see, is it Johnson? Yeah, Johnson holds him. He gets called for the holding. And that may not be bad, because let me tell you something. If Bennett goes around him, he's going to catch the ball in the end zone. And how would you like to be the backup field goal kicker right now? Woo!
Pass interference on the defense, number 29. Ball will be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
So the ball will be marked at the 6-yard line. 1st down and goal, Vanderbilt, and now time not a factor. 1:15.
No, you got plenty of throws into the end zone now. For Jay Cutler, it's got to be a dream. They've come down here before, and they've never had success. They've had Tennessee up there, never had success.
Quick slant to Bennett. He caught it. It's a touchdown, Vanderbilt.
Wow.
Earl Bennett single-handedly, along with Cutler, took him downfield.
How in the world did he force this ball in there? Cutler threw it. He had Hefty coming on a dart. Number 33 was coming on a dart. And I mean, you talk about looking the ball in. Earl Bennett, Mr. Freshman, what a call.
And let's see if Patrick Johnson can tack on this extra point.
And it's big. Let me tell you, it's big.
Yeah, good. Just inside the right upright. Well, how about Vanderbilt, who had done nothing in the second half?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Getting a lot of heat on Cutler, and they just march downfield and score a touchdown.
Now, Hefty's going to come on the slant. Watch Hefty come in there. He gets a hand in there. What great concentration. I mean, we're talking about, look at the coverage. Now, look at Hefty. See Hefty come right in there? How about Bennett? Looking that ball in. Watch him look it in. Bang, it hits him right there. He sees somebody flash in, uses that leg strength again. And look at Jay Cutler. He says, finally. Look at that. You know, we talk about him being laid back. I don't know how he didn't jump up and down.
3rd touchdown pass today for Jay Cutler, and we flashed those numbers about 300-yard passing against Tennessee. All right, while we're figuring that out, let's go back downstairs to Jen.
I tell you what, Bill, I was standing right here on the sideline, and I watched Earl Bennett make that first big catch. He is a quiet and composed guy, and it is the same way that he plays. He watches the ball into his hands. He's just very good, and you never know watching this kid play. He's a freshman.
Yeah, they told us during the conference call that he was actually able to practice this summer. They got him into school and was able to work this summer. And that's helped him out a lot. And he was not the featured guy most of the season.
Yeah, when I talked to Charlie Fisher, the receivers coach, he said to me, he said, Dave, he said he has something special. And boy, I'm telling you one thing. When you've got Earl Bennett and you're going to look at the rest of the year or the rest of his years, wow.
This is Bill Robertson kicking off, and he gets it into the end zone. Nice kick. So the guys who are backing up, the starters, as far as the kickers are concerned for Vanderbilt, have done a great job. And now Tennessee, they've got one timeout, and they'll start at their 20. And what a day for Jay Cutler. And there you see that 315 yards. We flashed that other stat about going up against Tennessee this year. No one's thrown for more than 300.
And look at him. Look at his demeanor. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I mean, how do you keep from jumping out? But now let's wait a minute. Tennessee has 1 minute and 11 seconds. They've got a timeout left. They've got a lot of time. They just need some completions.
Yeah, well, the problem is they've been good running the ball.
Yes, exactly right.
Boston sets up. Will they get it to their top back? And he takes it upfield. Foster, flag on the play, and out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Oh, there's a flag, however.
You know what that is? I think it's roughing the passer, and if it is, it's tacked on to the end of the play.
Yeah, you're right, right on it.
Yeah, I thought I saw Tony McDaniel, 95, take a little shot on Clausen. Look at Bobby Johnson.
Roughing the passer, 46 in the defense.
Oh, they called it on 46.
At the end of the run, first down.
That's Chris Booker. I thought it was 95, Tony McDaniel. But that's tacked on the tail end. Wow, that's huge. Watch Clausen back there. You see him. He's going to dump it out right here. Oh, yeah, it was 46. Yeah, it was 46.
It was way late.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's foolish. That's mistakes.
All right, Vanderbilt with that 4-point lead, so Clausen knows he's got to get this ball in the end zone.
Now, 30 defense, they're playing too deep. Look how deep the defensive backs are. They're 15, almost 20 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Clausen sets up the throw, and now he's going to have to scramble and run. He's up the midfield, tripped and dropped, but he gets a first down. That'll stop the clock. And they're at the 47 of Vanderbilt. Hurdley Harrelson makes the stop.
Rick Clausen is so good at this. He's good at stepping up in the pocket, taking what the defense allows him. We talked about his leadership, his calmness in the pocket. Now he just needs to work the ball down. He still has a lot of time, 50 seconds left.
Quick snap after that 12-yard run. Blitz coming up the middle. They miss him, and then Clausen knocked off balance a little bit and falls forward. Will actually lose 2 yards to the 49, and now Tennessee is going to be forced to call a timeout.
And how about pace, number 36? He was a dart coming in there. Man, number 36, you talked about the pacemaker. Man.
Well, it's been a long time since Vanderbilt was able to beat Tennessee, and here we are, 1982, and this is Whit Taylor. 391 yards passing. Look at those uniforms, my goodness.
Yeah, wait a minute now. Now you're touching.
Yeah, Vandy able to hold on and win. An interception late. Look at that fake for a score.
And Whit Taylor is a high school coach in Shelbyville, Tennessee. So, you know, he's glad to see something coming in. But, wow.
So it's been a long time.
But it's not over yet. 44 seconds left. Tennessee has not been able to go downfield. Now, I want to tell you what you do if you're a defensive back. They're playing too deep. As we look at a crowd that's just stunned. They play too deep zone. If you get beat, you tackle the receiver because it's not at the point of the infraction. It's back from the line of scrimmage. So what they're telling Vanderbilt, too deep zone. They've got two guys 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. Don't get beat deep.
All right, this is a 2nd and 2, but Clausen not concerned about that. He's got to get him downfield.
You can send some pressure, though.
Here's the throw, and it's caught by Swain. He's at the 15. Even at the 16-yard line. Jason Swain open over the middle. You got all those guys back there. And somehow, some way, number 1 makes a big play. And now all of a sudden, Tennessee is at the 17-yard line. 31-yard pass play.
Best pass of the day for Rick Clausen. He caught Swain on a little post pattern across the middle. That offensive line giving him some time. Vanderbilt dropping 8 in coverage.
30 seconds to go, and back to throw is Clausen. He's in trouble running forward to the 11-yard line, but the clock's going to keep running. Tennessee is out of timeouts.
They got to hurry. They got to hurry. You see him signaling he's going to spike the ball down.
Clock still ticks. He does spike it, and that stops it with 13 seconds to go. There's a flag down as well. So let's see what this is about. And maybe they weren't all set.
Well, he was trying to hurry.
Dead ball, delay of game on the offense. Snapping the ball.
Wow, delay of game.
5-yard penalty. Second down.
And look, Rick and Philip Fulmer and Rick Clausen walked over and said, hey, wait a minute, delay of game. We hurried on the ball. Look at Rick Clausen. He's going, wait a minute, hold a second. How can there be a delay of game? You're hurrying, trying to make the play. You line up on the ball once the ball is set. It couldn't be delay of game. For what reason? Must be something in there I don't know about.
Well, now let me ask you this. There's no play there, so they gain it down.
Maybe we'll get an explanation. I think our official might give us one. Wow. 5-yard penalty. That's big right here.
Yeah, well, big, but they did gain it down. It'd be third down. But it's still second.
13 seconds left.
Lawson with time over the middle, and it's incomplete. Fans wanted an interference call, and they're not getting it.
Boy, they did want interference, and they didn't get it across the middle. Clausen looking back downfield. Credit, they're just rushing 3, so he's got time. You see the bump right in there. That's not really a bump, no. I don't think that's pass interference. I know the fans saw him go down, and maybe that's what made it look like pass interference, but it wasn't.
A year ago, Vandy was driving late in the game when Tennessee's defense came up with a big interception to seal it.
And Bill, you have to throw to the end zone. You can't stop the clock. 7 seconds left. You've got to throw in the end zone.
Will this be the last play unless there's a defensive penalty? Here we go. Clausen back to throw. Fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. And there's 1 second left. 1 second to go. And it'll also be fourth down, so there'll be time for one more play.
Okay. Clausen's back here. They're trying to get pressure on him. He makes a nice read. He's got him. Just a touch high. Look, it went off his hands. Oh, he might have been out of the end zone. Brett Smith, number 9, was the wide receiver, and look at him go up. This is huge. Now, if you're Vanderbilt, you can drop to the end zone and eat guys in the end zone and say, hey, let him catch it out in the field. You've got to drop. There's drop back, 30 defense, playing 3 down linemen.
Here we go, last play. Clausen needs a touchdown. Scrambling, forces it, and it's intercepted. Vandy's going to win it. 22 years of frustration have ended here in Knoxville. Phil Fulmer's team won't go to a bowl game. And Bobby Johnson avoids the water bath. And the celebration is on as the players have headed over to where the band and the Vandy fans are here in Knoxville. Meanwhile, Tennessee, the frustration of this season continues. What a finish. And the interception late sealed the ball game. Good pressure by a much maligned Vanderbilt defense as they hold on. Final score, Vandy 28, Tennessee 24. We'll return to Knoxville in a minute. Wow, what a great ball game this afternoon. We had some great performances offensively by both teams. And we had a great performance by producer Lance Stewart today. How about that, Dave? Great job, Gary Clem, our director, and all the other folks who helped put this broadcast on the air today. And from all of us to all of you, I hope you have a great and happy Thanksgiving.